impressive stuff.
It's about the right fight at the right time. Yeah, that's the right decision there.
He's a good fighter on his night.
Every fight wants to go, go, go.
Welcome to the Liverpool Olympia for another free and exclusive night of boxing here on VIP boxing.tv and the VIP Facebook page. Usual mix of prospects, established names and a good old local derby. I've got show promoter here, Steve Wood, to have a look at it. We're expecting something a bit special, aren't we, from Tom McGinnis and Colin Day, Steve?
Yeah, I think every time we put the VIP lads together, they're well matched and you get a good fight. And both these kids at a similar stage of their career, and I'm expecting a cracker tonight, top of the bill, yeah.
Do you think it's a little bit early in both guys' careers to call it a crossroads fight, or is that what it can be described as, really?
Well, I don't think it's a crossroads fight, but obviously the winner will move on a lot faster than the loser. I mean, obviously it'll be a good fight, and whoever loses will come back, and they'll be fighting here on the 2nd of March, the same as the winner. So definitely not a crossroads fight, but it is a fight that'll move someone on faster than the other, yeah.
Looking further down the bill, a bit of a more established name, Shawn, Dodd. Coming off a couple of iffy results, really, but it looks like Shawn's got one more run in him, and that starts here tonight, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Masha's been fighting in top company, and the last two losses, Tommy Coyle and Joe Cardina, you know, was at a really high level. They took the Joe Cardina one at a last-minute short notice, so I think the idea with Masha is he's got to come back and he's got to have a win tonight, and then from that, hopefully get another title fight, or did he beat the existing European champion, so that's something I'd like Eddie at Matchroom to do again.
Is a rematch something you would be looking at for Masha there?
Yeah. There's no reason why we can't do that. We're hoping that we can. Hopefully, there's a big show at Anfield in May, and that'd make perfect sense.
Another could perhaps be fight of a night tonight. On paper, you wouldn't necessarily look at it, but you got Shawn Cairns against Fido. Brett's on an unbelievable run, the best run of his career. He turned over Marcel Braithwaite the last time he fought at the Olympia. If Shawn's not on his game tonight, Brett's going to win.
Yeah, I know. It was probably a fight that I wouldn't have chosen, but Shawn Cairns asked for the fight, and there's no reason why he shouldn't beat him. I mean, he's obviously confident, or he wouldn't have asked for the fight. So, you know, Brett, as you say, he's on a roll at the moment, beating a lot of good prospects, and he's here tonight to upset the apple cart. But I'm hoping Shawn, awkward, tall southpaw, will come through and win that one.
Cruiserweights are picking up as well. We've got Jay Farrell, who's always exciting, one of the biggest punchers in the Northwest, I think, isn't he? And we've also got McKay, who looked good on his debut but injured his shoulder. He makes his second start tonight, doesn't he? What about the two cruiserweights?
Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting some big action in those, and as you say, Jay Farrell's a big puncher. This other kid's been over a few times, but he has come in quite heavy tonight, so that'll be an interesting fight. And obviously Mike McKay fought with a bad shoulder last time, and hopefully we'll see more of Mike today. He looked okay with a bad shoulder, so I'm expecting Mike to make a big statement tonight.
Now Luke Willis, last time we were at the Olympia, got a good impressive victory and then called out Dodd after. He's a little bit away from Dodd, but Luke Willis is back out and he's going to have a big fight next year, isn't he, at some point?
Yeah, we was hoping for one tonight. You know, I tried to make the Andy Townsend fight, but unfortunately he wasn't about. So, you know, Fonz always gives you a go, but hopefully Luke will come through tonight, and then start next year, you know, we'll be looking to make big fights for him. And obviously we've got a couple of debutants tonight, that James Collins and Rennie. Looking forward to them starting the careers, and hopefully again making statements, so that, you know, when they're back out in March, people are looking forward to coming and watching them again.
And how's the boxing been in Liverpool, Steve, since we've come back? You know, the Olympia's a good venue, isn't it? We've had a busy sort of year, haven't we? Started off at the convention centre, and now we've come back to the Olympia. How's the Liverpool scene going at the moment?
Yeah, well, I mean, Liverpool's always been a hotbed of boxers, top-class amateurs, and then coming through as the professionals. I mean, obviously, the real top lads, and some of these have fought on the Sky and the BT shows, and this is the breeding ground for the next generation. And, you know, we're busy, as I say, we're back here 2nd of March, first show of the year for VIP, and they'll be all the same faces.
Well, enjoy the boxing. First fight's due in the ring any time now. Enjoy it.
Thanks, John and Steve. Just go through the running order before we get underway here at Liverpool Olympia. First up, Shawn Yaxley, the first of three debutants tonight. He's in with Kevin McCulley, and after that, Jay Farrell, the exciting Jay Farrell, who seems to knock everyone out. He's in with the durable Mantas, Dietsas. James Collins, the second of our debutants tonight, in with Ben Field at super lightweight. Big night for James Collins, it always is on your debut. And then after that one, Mike McKay. Matthew Rennie as well, making his debut. And then an interesting fight, Luke Willis and Fons Alexander. Fons is a man that always comes and has a go. After that, Shawn, Cairns and Brett Fido. And Brett Fido's on a bit of a purple patch. He's got some good form under his belt and he'll be looking to win tonight. Good test for Cairns, that. And then Shawn Dodd looks to continue his comeback, get back on the big Sky shows. He's in with Jordan Ellison and that could be a big fight. And the main event of the evening, Tom McGinnis and Colin Day. And like John said earlier, it could be a crossroads fight this a little bit. Two VIP guys. Colin, one lost his name. I thought he won that fight. It's a tough test against Tom McGinnis tonight. Get underway with the action shortly. MC Michael passes in the ring, ready to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening and welcome to the magnificent Liverpool Olympia, where tonight VIP Boxing and VIPBoxing.tv proudly presents an evening of professional boxing. Let's get the action immediately underway with our first contest. Here comes a young man from Starbridge, Kevin McCulley.
First up then it is Shawn Yaxley and he's in with the durable Kevin McCulley. And John Evans joining me on commentary now. Kevin's been there and done it with everyone, and he's a tough test on his debut, isn't he?
He is, yeah. Kevin generally spends one round, at least one round, having a real go, doesn't he? For a debutant as well, he'll make sure he knows that he's been in a fight on his professional debut.
And opposing Kevin, a young debutant from Rutland, here is Shawn Yaxley.
And here is Shawn Yaxley. Got quite a bit of support in here already. The Olympia filling up nicely here. And he'll have all those pre-fight nerves. Chris Sanagar in his corner. Plenty of experience there with the big nights. And he'll certainly be looking to make a statement tonight against a man that very rarely gets stopped and always provides his opponents with a tough test.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on VIPBoxing.tv, on Facebook and Twitter via the usual hashtags, etc. with the Solons in Germany, and also Only Full Fights via Facebook. Commentator Luke Madeira and John Evans. The officials have been appointed by the Central Area Council of the British Boxing Board of Control, steward in charge at ringside, Mr. Kurt Haslam. This first contest is for 3-minute rounds of boxing in the super middleweight division. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the green colour shorts trimmed with red. At the weighing, he scaled 11 stone, 8 pounds 4 ounces, a double centurion in our midst, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight is his 206th professional appearance. A warm welcome, please, for Starbridge's Kevin McCulley. And opposing him, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the black coloured shorts trimmed with silver. At the weighing, he scaled 11 stone 4 ounces. Tonight, he makes his proud professional debut, presenting from Rutland. Here is Shawn Yaxley. Timekeeper bell is Mr. Peter Humphrey. And the referee in charge of the action is Mr. Jamie Kirkpatrick. There's a slight lull before the start, ladies and gentlemen, but we can get underway for 3-minute rounds.
Okay, lads, you both know the rules. Keep the punch and watch your heads in close. Obey my commands at all times. Defend yourselves at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck to you both.
Here we go then, the opening bout of the evening. Big night for Shawn Yaxley this. And John, we see a lot of guys making a debut. What's the most important thing to do in the opening round, the opening minute of the debut?
I think we've just got to feel the way in, don't they? You know, don't get too carried away, don't get too carried away by the crowd. Luckily, Shawn's boxing away from home, so a bit of that pressure will be taken off him. But he's boxed all around the world, Shawn. A very good amateur, won the Welsh amateur national title twice as well, boxed for Wales internationally. So really, he's been there and done it. It shouldn't really be too much new to him.
Yeah, that's a massive thing, making your debut as well, isn't it? Like you said, he's been there and done that, and already he looks nice and relaxed in there. You see a lot of guys making the debut go hunting with that right hand early on and looking for that big shot, but he's nice and composed behind that jab.
Yeah,
it's there, isn't it? You can see with Shawn, nice and composed, not forgetting to throw feints early on. Yeah, looks very good so far. McCulley just looks a little bit wary, doesn't he? Just gauging up what this newcomer's got for him.
Yeah, and already he's gone into his shell a little bit, and I think it's from those feints you just mentioned then. He's very wary of what Shawn's throwing, even though he's not throwing much early on.
Shawn will be used to drawing leads and counter-punching more, and he's been a high-level amateur. Maybe for pausing, he's just trying to get Kevin to lead off so that he can counter.
Yeah, and a lot of guys find it so difficult to get their opponents throwing back early on in their career. And it's something he's going to have to deal with in his first few fights. He's going to have to try and work openings when his opponent's got his back to the ropes. He's tucking up, trying to catch everything on his gloves and not throwing back. Nice straight jab to the body.
Yeah. Don't forget, all night you can get in contact using hashtag VIP Boxing Live or comment on the Facebook stream. Generally read everything you're sending out.
Yeah, and there's some behind the scenes clips on Instagram as well. VIP Boxing on Instagram. Some videos and pictures throughout the night to see what goes on in the changing rooms.
Looks a bit rough, Kevin, today, don't you? Sorry, Kevin, if you're watching this. I know he's partial to a bit of a night out, Kevin. Hopefully didn't have one last night.
I think he might be regretting it if he did. Wouldn't be top of my list to do the hangover.
One of my favourite journeymen, Kevin. You know, like we say, at some point he will bite down and we'll have a go, won't he, and just see what Yaxley's got.
Yeah, and he's perfect for this stage of someone's career, isn't he? Because he will find you out, like we said earlier. There's a little cameo from him. Beautiful work from Yaxley, though. And I think that's the amateur pedigree stepping in there. He just took a step back after landing that body shot. Didn't get carried away with it.
As you said in the intro there, Luke, it's Chris Sanigar in his corner, someone who's been there, seen it and done it. Runs a hard school down there, doesn't he? You know, Yaxley will be fully prepared for this.
Yeah, 100%. You can see that in the... You see his conditioning as well. Nice work behind that jab. First round in the bag, and we just started to see glimpses there of what Shawn can do.
Yeah, I think he was due to make his debut in Newport a couple of weeks ago, so it's not had too much of a delay, but it seems to be quite a few young professionals nowadays have to cope with a couple of stop-starts, don't they, at the start of their career, but that's the first round safely under his belt.
And you can see him in the corner there. Not sure what Chris was saying to him, but he was just saying, yeah, I won that round though. So still Chris seems to think there's improvements that can be made. Looks nice and relaxed in that corner though, as does Kevin.
Round two, Olympia filling up tonight. Whenever you get a good local fight, it always draws a good crowd, and Tom McGinnis and Colin Day, bit of a local derby, two still ambitious young fighters. I think we'll have a good atmosphere later on.
Yeah, and I think we'll see a lot of the crowd sticking around as well from these early fights as well. We saw it at the Victoria Warehouse when Liam Taylor and Tyrone Nurse fought. Everyone stuck around for that main event. And it'll be similar tonight in Liverpool.
So yeah, again, just trying to draw a lead, Yaxley, just pawing, feinting, touching with a jab, just trying to get some kind of reaction from Kevin, isn't he?
Yeah, and we mentioned it earlier, he's going to have to deal with this as he has his first few fights as a professional. Because more often than not, the lead's not going to come back. He showed lovely patience so far, though. Picking his shot nicely with that jab. Right up to the body landing, and that's something that Chris was talking about in the corner after the end of the first. Just trying to work that body when McCulley's got his back to the ropes.
Yeah, just forced that opening, didn't he? Just by not throwing, and Kevin went back into the corner, put his hands up, and Shawn was switched on enough to see the gap.
Yeah, and I think the best thing watching this so far is he's really thinking about his work in there. He's not throwing any shots for the sake of it.
Welsh boxing's always looking for next star, isn't it? You know, he's had a few interview with Barry Jones in Boxing Monthly, talking about the various world champions that have come from Wales, but it's always the next one coming through. You know, I know Andrew Selby seems to be making a bit of a comeback now. He's probably the next off the production line, I suppose, the next biggest star, but there's always a gap there for somebody else to come and get those big shows back to Wales.
Yeah, and there's a big boxing crowd there as well, and if someone can capture the imagination, they certainly will sell tickets, and a lot of people will come and see them.
McCulley just inviting Yaxley, and he didn't quite fall for it.
Must be so frustrating when you land a body shot like Yaxley did then, and McCulley just smiled back. He's been hit so many times to the head and body.
Just trying something a bit different here now, Kevin. Just trying to get on the front foot a little bit, see what reaction he can get there. Any way he can stay safe, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and he's one of the best at doing that.
Right up to a body landed again there. He's landed 3 or 4 nice body shots, hasn't he?
Yeah, and like we said during the round, that's just what his corner called for, and already that's a positive sign as well. He's listening to his corner. Another round in the bank, and it's been punch perfect so far, really. And you can see he's got plenty of gears that he can go up to. But he seems just happy to just cruise through this one and show his skills.
Yeah, 2 rounds safely in the bank there for Shawn Yaxley.
I don't think he's been hit yet in there, to be fair.
James Moorcroft, Lee and Luke were away on a sparring trip. Nothing better to do than watch VIP boxing in the hotel room. James has got a fight coming up in early December, hasn't he? Caps off another good year for Mr. Moorcroft.
Yeah, that's the next VIP show, December the 8th at Bolton. That's a cracking show. That's some great fights on there. Certainly worth tuning into that one as well.
Mike Davis and Julie Stephen watching over in America.
Round 3.
Saying Masher's going to walk his fight tonight. Well, Jordan Ellison can certainly put up a bit of a fight. So as long as Shawn doesn't take his eye off the ball, should be okay. But as we say, Ellison's a decent opponent.
You mentioned it before the fight, and usually you see a spell where McCulley really comes and has a go, but we haven't seen that yet so far. Yaxley's done really well just to keep him on the back foot.
Yeah, Kevin mustn't have seen an opening or an opportunity yet to just test out Yaxley. He may come in the final round, you know, give it his all.
Nice stab to the body from Yaxley. I think that's an underrated shot against these journeymen, just stabbing straight down to the body through the guard. It starts to have an effect when he steps up in rounds as well.
Jab's just found its home a couple of times and just turned that jab to his stomach, turned it into a nice left hook there, didn't he?
Yeah, he certainly picks his shots very well.
The amateurs these days are so advanced, aren't they? You know, the level they fight at and the company they mix in. Even during like the Four Nations tournaments, if you're boxing internationally for Wales, you're mixing with some real top class amateurs. Are so far advanced they can make pretty swift progress.
Yeah, it was at the CYS finals nationals last night, and even then the amateur talent on show there is unbelievable.
Body shot again by Yaxley.
That's just sparked McCulley into life a little bit, that body shot.
Most impressive thing for Yaxley today, I think it's been his accuracy. He's not wasted anything, has he?
No, every time
whenever he's seen an opening, he's landed it.
Yeah, you can see he's thinking about when he throws it at the right times, and like you said, he's landed every shot. Nice little uppercut from McCulley though. Coming towards the end of this third round. Another one comfortably in the bank. Oh, lovely work to the body, right and left. McCulley just acknowledging that as well. Nice left hook to the head.
Kevin just calling him on there after he got a shot. Took a shot. There's a little burst from Kevin. A few more people watching on the stream tonight. Thanks for joining us. Share the link. There's no overboxing tonight, so get it around. We've got Graham Sullivan asking when Shawn Cairns is on. Good fight. Shawn Cairns is in tonight. We're expecting him in the ring probably between 9:15 and 9:30. Mark Bell saying Masher's a pride of Birkenhead.
Yeah, the Cairns and Fido fight has the potential to be a barnstormer, doesn't it? Brett Fido's found a bit of form recently. You can see he wants a title shot soon, and Cairns will be looking to derail that, but it's not going to be an easy night for Shawn Cairns.
No, I've been waiting for years to see a journeyman try and turn it around and really try and get somewhere, and it seems like Brett just had enough of losing.
Yeah, it's similar to Nathan Hardy as well. He's had I think 3 wins and a draw on the bounce, and a few of these Germans have just decided that they want these title shots, and they're proving how good fighters they are.
Fourth and final round.
Fido's taken 3 undefeated records in a row, hasn't he, and also got a draw in there, so Cairns has got to be on his game tonight. Anyway, back to Shawn Yaxley, 4th round of his debut.
He's just looking so comfortable in there. Nice work from the jab again.
You know, it's not been fireworks and explosive, but he's been quietly impressive here, Shawn Yaxley, hasn't he?
Yeah, and in his corner you'd be very, very happy with the work he's done. Especially boxing away from home, just a nice, quiet, shutout performance on points. That's exactly what he's done.
Just kept Kevin McCulley fully in his box the entire 4 rounds. Something we often say, isn't it, when we watch these young debutants and guys young in their career, you've got to take all the ambition away from the opponent pretty much straight away.
Yeah, and when these journeymen do get wins, it's because they have success in the opening round or the opening 2 rounds and feel like they can win the fight. You do what Yaxley's done tonight. McCulley's just looking for the finish line now.
McCulley trying a bit of a rope-a-dope there. Seems to me every time he's tried that, he's taken a pretty heavy body shot though.
Yeah. You mentioned it in the last round, it's that accuracy with every shot that he's throwing. And you can see why he's had such success as an amateur. Good work from McCulley though. Stab to the body with the left hand. And there's that little flurry we were talking about.
Let us know on the VIP Facebook stream what you think of Shawn Yaxley's performance. I'm guessing it's the first time many of you have seen him, unless you're amateur boxing fans. So just let us know what you think. Are you impressed? How far do you think he can go? Any other hopes in Wales? We'll talk about it tonight. Just give us a shout.
Last 30 seconds of this final round of his debut. Really impressive performance so far. The left hook landing. Well, it's a bit of a shame for him that the Christmas breaks come now, isn't it? He'd have liked to have been out in a few weeks' time again. We'll have to wait till after Christmas.
I'm sure Kevin's got another couple of bookings planned though. Pay for that Christmas break, and everything quiets down in January, so he'll be desperate to cram them in only before the end of the year. He safely negotiates that one, so.
And he hardly even looked out of breath in that corner there, Yaxley. Easy night's work for him. And I think there's no doubt what the referee's scorecard's going to look like after that one. MC Michael Pass just getting confirmation from the referee on that score. You can hear Kevin McCulley in there saying to Yaxley he's sharp. And that's a big compliment coming from someone like Kevin, who's been in with countless prospects. If he's giving you compliments, you've done something right. Hand over to the MC Michael Passon. We'll get the official result.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 intriguing rounds of boxing action, referee Jamie Kirkpatrick has adjudged this first contest 40 points to 36 points for your winner. On his proud professional debut from Rutland, Shawn Yaxley. And the evergreen young man from Starbridge, appreciation please for Kevin McCulley. 206 contests, not out.
And exactly as we thought, 40-36, shutout on the referee scorecard. And Shawn Yaxley can go home a very happy man after that one. Next up, Jay Farrell, the explosive Jay Farrell. One of the hardest hitting fighters we have on the VIP stable. And he's in with Mantas, Dietsas.
The queen of Northwest boxing, Karen Priestley's turned up late today. She's just stood next to me now with a camera. What's the excuse, Karen? Sat on the motorway. Luke Willis just arriving, walking through the crowd. Luke's got a bit of a busy fight against Fons Alexander later on tonight. Looked really good last time, Luke Willis.
Yeah, especially as a comeback fight from an injury. You know, he took a real live opponent and won every single round. There is Luke. He looked nice and relaxed then, didn't he?
Odd character Luke, isn't he? He's good fun. Never seems to have a care in the world, or I think sometimes he does, but he seems to hide it well.
Thank you, Luke. Funchal Madeira. Excellent as always. Contest number 2, ladies and gentlemen, here from the opulent Liverpool Olympia. We are now in the heavyweight division. Please welcome our continental visitor, Mantas Dietsas.
Here comes Dietsas, and being honest, it could be a quick night this for Jay Farrell, couldn't it?
Yeah, looking at the giant from Lithuania, looking at his record, you know, a couple of our local prospects have got rid of him early. Damien Chambers stopped him recently. Shakan Pitters, guy who fought him the Ultimate Boxer recently, he stopped him. Gary Sweeney's done him early as well. And if there's one person who you know he's going to put it on you, it's going to be Jay Farrell.
And opposing him, here comes an undefeated local man, Liverpool's finest, Jay Farrell.
And here comes Jay Farrell, and if you've watched the shows in Liverpool before on the VIP channel, you know he's an explosive man. Carries power with both hands, and he'll be looking to make another statement tonight.
Yeah, he puts a lot of weight into his shots, and always surprises me whenever I see Dietsas just how big he is.
Yeah.
His chin's going to be right up in front of Jay Farrell. You know, it's an attractive target for a big puncher. And Jay's got a lot of consistency and momentum behind him at the moment. He'll be looking to get this done.
Don't forget, you can join us on the Twitter feed and via the hashtag OnlyFullFights on Facebook. And don't forget the Solons joining us in Germany. Contest number 2 is 4 3-minute rounds of an international heavyweight contest. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the black colored shoulders trimmed with white. At the weight scale, 16 stone, 6 pounds, 4 ounces. He hails from Klaipėda, Lithuania. A warm Liverpool welcome, please, for Mantas Dietsas. And opposing him, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the blue colour shorts, trimmed with white. At the weight scale, 14 stone, 5 pounds, 4 ounces. His perfect, unblemished record this evening reads 6 contests, 6 wins. 4 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Presenting from Liverpool, the undefeated Jay Farrell. Timekeeper at the bell, local man Phil Morris. Jimmy Kirkpatrick in charge of the action. 4 3-minute rounds.
Here we go with Farrell and Dietsas. People watching on the Only Full Fight stream, Jonathan Krieg and Luke Willis, we're expecting sometime between 8:45 and 9 o'clock. Hello to you as well, Chris Goodgroves. And a bit of an international viewers over on Only Full Fights. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. Could we have some excitement here and some entertainment? Jay Fowler, big puncher if you've never seen him before.
Round 1.
I think he's a little bit disappointed with his performance last time out. He got the stoppage in the third, but you can see he's a bit frustrated with his performance that night, and you can see when he got in the ring there, he's looking like he wants to get the job done early today. I just hope he's learned from how to not lose track of what he's trying to do and not get frustrated, because you can instantly tell from the first 30 seconds of this fight that Mantas is going to try and make it as negative as he possibly can and hold Jay whenever he gets inside. So Jay is going to have to just be a little bit patient here to look for the shots. Yeah, and he's at his best when he looks for the shots, like that shot to the body there, and already Mantas is rocking a little bit. In his last one, he just loaded up a little bit with a lot of his shots, and he struggled at times in that to land, but he started really sharply. That left hook to the body is looking nice already. He's landed it a couple of times. As we often say, like, you know, these fights, everything's a learning experience. You know, if Jay did get frustrated, I'm sure he's thought about that a lot, and he's getting the perfect test of what he's learnt there tonight. You know, Dietsas is going to spoil this whenever he possibly can, and if Jay can still find the shots, then the last fight goes down as a good learning experience. Nice work to the body again. Seems to be targeting that body early on, both left and right hands. Jamie Kirkpatrick, referee, is going to be busy tonight with this one, I think. Oh, lovely shot. That's what we talk about, isn't it? When Jay picks his shots, he looks so devastating. He'll be looking for Dietsas to just get confident with that jab only and just leave it out there for a split second longer than he needs to, and Jay will come right over the top of that right hand. Left hook's been pretty impressive as well from Jay, hasn't it? And there is that left hook. Right on cue, the lead left hook landing. People will think the stream paused then, Luke, and we got to commentate on what was just about to happen, but no. Another left hook there, just clipped Dietsas on the top of his head. And already you can see Dietsas is feeling it in there. Yeah, he's wide-eyed, isn't he? I think he's felt something, felt the power there of Farrell. Referee just giving them both a warning for holding. I think it's a little bit harsh on Jay. That peekaboo guard, hasn't he? Just trying to get into range, slip inside that jab and come with a left hook there, Farrell. And you can see why Dietsas gets stopped so often, can't you? He leaves himself so open. Farrell has been pretty patient here, I think, today. You know, he's no rush in his work. He is desperate to get inside, but he's not been too gung-ho about it, has he? No, and it's exactly what you would have seen if you're in Jay's corner, because we all know he's got that power, but it's just about setting up those shots, and he's done that so far. He's landed a couple of left hooks to the head, a few body shots as well. I'm sure the corner will be calling for combinations now as well, following those single shot successes up. But like you said, it's all about learning early on in your career, and he's certainly done that from the last one. Talking to his trainer there, Shawn from Venture. Nice and relaxed. And one thing you know about Jay Farrell, when he steps up in levels and he's in with opponents, prospects like himself, it's going to be an exciting fight. Because he does get hit often, but when he lands, it's so explosive. David Clegg watching on Only Full Fights. Yeah, Shawn Yaxley has fought. You missed it. He opened the show. He got a 40-36 victory over Kevin McCulley.
Jeff.
Oh, what a left hook that is from Jay Farrell. And it's exactly what you said, John. He left his jab out a little bit too long and the left hand came over the top.
Yeah, Jeff Proctor was just asking, is the size difference even legal?
And it's
well, Jeff, there's your answer. Jay Farrell there with a stoppage in the second round.
Jay was calling him to get up when he landed that left hook. I think he wanted to carry on, but he's got the job done.
Yeah, he went down in instalments there, didn't he, Dietsas? But it was a solid shot. Another impressive knockout there from Jay Farrell. That's 5. He goes to 7-0 with 5 knockouts. And for people to be getting rid of a journeyman early on when the rounds are pretty short, it's a big statement, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's that one-punch power we were talking about. And I think Dietsas is pretty relieved that got called off when it did. Even though that only just went into the second round, there's massive improvements there from Jay Farrell.
Some real momentum about him now. He's been nice and busy the second half of this year, and he can go into 2019 on a real streak of form, kind of full of confidence. Some big fights to be made in the Northwest at cruiserweight.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of prospects being matched together as well, and Jay's certainly up there.
Ladies and gentlemen, after just 17 seconds of round number 2, referee Jamie Kirkpatrick has reached the count of 10. Your winner by way of stunning knockout, now undefeated in 7 professional contests from Liverpool, Jay Farrell. And a fine effort from our continental visitor from Lithuania, Mantas.
You see Jay's pretty happy with that performance as well.
Yeah, 17 seconds of round number 2 there for Jay Farrell. Just posted some pictures. 7-0, 5 knockouts. Certainly one of the most exciting up-and-coming fighters we've got in the Northwest.
Yeah, next up, James Collins, the second of 3 debutants tonight. They'll be looking to follow in Shawn Yaxley's footsteps. Put on a good performance against Benfield. And then Mike McKay, another big cruiserweight that's been looking good so far. He's in with Ivo Zednik. I think that's what we'll go with. Then Matthew Rennie in with Gary McGuire at welterweight over 4.
Should we call him Ivo?
Yeah, I think so.
Faster they'll do those 2.
Luke Willis and Fons Alexander in over 6 rounds. Bit of a banana skin for Willis this. Shawn, Cairns and Brett Fido have the potential to be fight of the night as well. Shawn's looked good so far, but Brett's on good spell of form. Shawn, Dodd and Jordan Ellison, another great fight. Jordan Ellison always comes and has a go. And Marshall will have to be at his best to beat him. And then the main event of the evening, Tom McGinnis and Colin Day. 2 VIP fights putting it all on the line tonight. Mentioned it earlier, Colin's got 1 defeat to his name. Bit of a debatable one, that one. And Tom's looked good so far. It'll be a real good clash of styles.
Benfield's coming into this fight with James Collins, 2-0 himself. Obviously decided to go on the road. You never know what's going to happen in these debut fights, do you?
No,
Ben will be
not.
full of confidence. 2 fights, 2 wins.
Yeah, it always goes one or 2 ways, doesn't it? We saw Andy Kremner in with an unbeaten prospect in Oldham, and Andy just destroyed him with body shots because he'd had some time out the ring. Might be that, but Ben will have a lot of ambition in there. MC Michael Pass is waiting in the ring. Hand over to him now.
Thank you, the Leonard John Evans and the effervescent Luke Funchal Madeira. Contest number 3, here we go. A young man into the ring, Ben Fields.
Here comes Ben Fields.
Going to emerge out of the darkness any second now.
Certainly looks in good shape anyway.
Ben Fields there with John Pegg in his corner. Always a good sign, isn't it? John Pegg, looks after his guys.
One of the most knowledgeable guys in the game as well. When we have him on commentary, he knows everything about everyone.
comes another young debutant from Liverpool, Jamie Collins.
And here comes James Collins. He'll be looking to make a statement tonight. Derry Matthews in his corner. Great walk-on song.
Contest number 3 is for 3-minute rounds of boxing in the Super Welterweight division, live here on VIPboxing.tv. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out to the blue corner, wearing the black, red and silver coloured shorts. At the weight and scale, 10 stone, 10 pounds, 8 ounces. He hails from Starbridge in Didmouth, presenting Ben Fields. And opposing him, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the white coloured shorts trimmed with a silver and grey effect. At the weight and scale, 10 stone, 3 pounds, 8 ounces. Tonight is his proud professional debut, presenting from Liverpool, Jay Collins. Timekeeper at the bell, the always professional, Mr. Peter Humphrey, referee Darren Sargentson from Manchester, 4 3-minute rounds.
Fellas, you both know the rules. Keep it clean. Don't let anything low. Watch your heads. When I say break, take a step. Most importantly, defend yourself at all times.
Here we go then, and just looking at Ben Fields' record, it wasn't long ago those 2 wins. We got MJ Hall, one of them. And like you said, you don't really know what you're going to get.
Round 1.
No, he's certainly not going to go into his shell from the start, is he? You know, if he's decided to go on the road, he may have that in the back of his mind, but there's no reason for him to come into this without anything other than full confidence.
Nice start from Collins.
Yeah, Collins coming out of a Solly, you know, one of the top gyms here in Liverpool. Training now with Dirty Derry Matthews, Liverpool legend we can call him, can't we? Gary Thornhill and Georgie Vaughan, a genuine Liverpool legend over there at Derry's gym in the city centre.
He started really well behind that jab. But already you can see Fields isn't that kind of typical journeyman. He never was going to be coming in today, but he's certainly throwing shots.
You can just see though, just compared to, you know, we were talking about Shawn Yaxley before, who's boxed at very high amateur level. You can just see that Jay is just a little bit more tense, isn't he? You can see the look of concentration on his face and the way he's holding himself. Just a little bit more tense than Shawn was, and that's just purely down to that experience you've got. I know Jay sparred a lot of people in America, he's sparred some former world champions, but nothing prepares you for this, does it? Fields there just spitting out his own jab though. Looks like he's just trying to work out what's coming back his way.
Yeah, and he's certainly got more ambitious as this round has gone on. When you were talking before, he landed a right hand of his own. It's like you said, for Collins, this is more like the debut we used to see on these VIP shows. You can see the nerves in there. Nice shot from Collins landing. They obviously have confidence in his ability to take this fight on his debut as well. You know, not many fighters will fight a fellow undefeated fighter on the debut.
Fields definitely looking the looser, but Collins the busier. Just putting his punches well together there, nice left to the body.
Yeah, I think he's just starting to work things out in there, Collins, now.
Just touching there with the Fields, for jab Fields. You know, if he has got any ambition, he's going to have to put a bit more into it, and that nice left up there to the body there from Collins as well.
Yeah, I think Collins is just landing the crisper work at the moment.
Just watch him as he sits on his stools, first round over. I think you could see that the first 30 seconds to a minute of that, you know, he was holding himself tensely. You could tell by the look on his face that he had to think his way through that. But like as you said, Luke, he just seemed to relax, didn't he, as the 3 minutes came to an end.
Yeah, and I think you'll see a lot more relaxed Jay Collins in this second round now. It's always hard for these guys to get the first round under the belt, especially being at home in front of such a big crowd. Yaxley didn't have as much pressure on him being away from home. They'll be looking to establish that jab again in that second round and start to show what he can do. For Ben Fields, he's still got a little bit of ambition about him. You can see there's moments in there where he's having success. And if James Collins does come through this, he'll learn a lot from being in there with an undefeated fighter. A lot more so than some of these journeymen that he could have had on his debut.
He might also lull him into a false sense of security for he's going to be openings. Christian Late's boxes around this way. Christian's retired now, but if you went from Ben Fields to Christian Late, it'd be like hitting a brick wall, wouldn't it, in your second fight? So absolutely no openings whatsoever. Ben just coming out with a little bit more head movement, showing his own feints and jab there, so he's still got plenty of ambition himself.
Yeah, we mentioned earlier we didn't know what kind of fight this would be, but it's turned out to be quite an equal one, quite a technical one. Collins has certainly looked better behind that jab, picking his shots, but Fields' success is just coming in the odd shot that he's throwing, the odd right hand.
That's nice, wasn't it? Though, you know, just put a 2 or 3 piece combination together there, just pivoted off, let his hands go again, and then just skated out of range. Beginning to see more of what Collins is capable of here now. Nice footwork. Nice quick hands.
Yeah, and by doing that, he slowed Fields down a little bit. And it's now Fields that looks the more tense of the two. You can see it in his shoulders. Collins looks so good when he pivots off his jab.
Keep your comments coming in. Hashtag VIP Boxing Live on Twitter. Only full fights are streaming the entire show, as is the VIP Boxing's promotion website. So whichever one of those you're watching on, let us know your comments, your thoughts, what you think of Jay Collins, what you thought of Jay Farrell. Exciting. Everyone likes a knockout, don't they? Everyone likes a big punching, big heavy guy knocking people out. Let us know what you thought of Jay. And Shawn Yaxley, talented Welshman, made his debut. We thought he looked pretty impressive, really.
Yeah, Collins has settled into this second round really nicely now. He's having a lot more success than he did in the opener. It's like you said though, he's going to get a bit of a shock when he gets in next time with one of these journeymen.
Fields as well, you know, he may decide to take it on the road just purely because of lack of opportunities and take away the pressure of selling tickets, but he's a nice tidy little fighter himself, isn't he?
Yeah, he hasn't taken too many shots yet. He's looked good defensively. And the beauty of it is he hasn't learned how to go on the road yet. He's not just going to tuck up in there. He's always going to be throwing shots back.
Nice from Collins there, just waiting for a shot. It's right hand just missed, but the ambition was right, wasn't it? And the technique was right. Just waited for a shot and then came out with 2 results.
Yeah, another round in the bank. That one a lot more convincing for Collins. Dominated that one throughout. And you struggle to see him not being 2 rounds to the good so far. More of that second round and be cruising his way towards a points victory. Nice and relaxed in that corner as well. He sold a few tickets tonight. Got quite a big following dotted around the Olympia.
Just be able to sit on your stool there and whatever the 3 people there are telling you, you know it's going to be right, don't you? George Vaughan, Gary Thornhill, Gary
10
Matthews,
seconds.
As we said earlier. You know, Gary Thornhill looks after birds of prey. There's a random fact about the Northwest boxing scene.
Seconds out, round 3.
Apparently takes his hawks into the gym sometimes. Don't say you never learn anything on VIP boxing TV.
He looks so sharp behind that jab, Collins. He started the second round the same way he started this one. Picking his shots nicely off that jab.
Fields Edge keeping his hands up, staying close throughout that flurry there from Collins. Didn't take anything, but if you are scoring it, Collins, you know, all the punches are coming from him at the moment, aren't they? All the activities coming from Jay Collins. Just loosening up now, showing some feints, dipping his way in. You know, we've not seen that for 2 rounds, have we? Feeling a bit more confident.
You can see in the way he's throwing the shots as well. You know, he's really tense in that first round. Started to open up a little bit in the second, and it's been a decent round, this third one. Just trying to draw Fields in to land his own shots. Straight right hand to the body. Collins seems to pick his shots quite well as well. You know, in this third round especially. He's not wasting too much. I think as far as tests go on your debut, this has been pretty much perfect for Jay Collins. He's never looked in danger in there so far, but he certainly had to think about everything he's doing.
Yeah, good capable opponent, Ben Fields. Landed a nice little left himself, but did get countered by Jay.
Yeah, Fields is someone I'd love to see in with a few more prospects if he has decided to go on the road. He certainly provides a different test to a lot of the journeymen. And we've seen it all tonight really so far. Jay Farrell's opponent tried to spoil, just tried to get his way through the rounds. Kevin's the master of just tucking up, taking shots. And Fields is having a real go. Oh, lovely left up to the body. He's starting to pick his shots now, Collins. Just pick off Fields' defence. Another round in the bag.
Yeah, another round in the bag there for Jay Collins.
And he'll certainly be happy with that one. Growing in confidence every second of every round so far. Been another good debut.
Still to come tonight. Next up, McKay, making his second start. Hurt his shoulder before his professional debut, but still looked pretty good actually. But he fights Zednik. Matthew Rennie, he's going to fight Gary McGuire. Luke Willis, Django Willis fighting Fons Alexander. Shawn Cairns against Brett Fido. I think that might steal the thunder from McGinnis and Day later on. Shawn Dodd and Jordan Ellison, and then Tom McGinnis and Colin Day. Bit of an anticipated local derby there over 8 rounds. 2 young
Corners,
ambitious
10
fighters.
seconds.
Full credit to them both for accepting it.
Seconds out for your 4th and final round.
You're starting to see that a lot more on the VIP shows as well. The VIP fighters going against each other. Really competitive main events that mean a lot on the domestic scene, and the winner of tonight, you know, people will start talking about them.
It moves you very close to an area title shot, doesn't it?
Yeah, the same way Adam Ridge and Joe Eco on the Jolly Boys in a few weeks. The winner of that catapulted up the rankings. Yeah, it's good to see fighters with that ambition so early on in their careers.
Yeah, it's been a good runner for VIP this year. You know, if you tune in every week, you'll have enjoyed it. You know, we had Liam Taylor against Tyrone Nurse, a cracking fight a couple of weeks ago. Another local derby tonight in Bolton. We've got Jack Cullen in a Commonwealth title eliminator. We've also got Mason Cartwright and Kelly fighting for a WBO European. That's surefire cracker, that one. So all the time on VIP now, you can be assured of some good, evenly matched, exciting fights.
Just as we're talking there, Fields having a bit of success in close there with Collins. Yeah, you could hear a couple of the crowd shouting behind us. Collins just got to get behind that jab again. That's when he looks his best, when he's picking his shots. And Fields has had success up close. And that's where Jay wants to be, where he is now.
Nice right hand there from Ben Fields.
Been a good round this from Fields. He's landed a lot of shots early on in this 4th round. Halfway through it now. You can hear Derry in the corner shouting for him to keep that distance as well. That's where he's looked his best.
Yeah, when he can let the punches go, he can land them at arm's length and just move his feet and go again and punch in 2s and 3s. That's when Jay's been at his best, isn't it?
Yeah, and you can see by the build of Fields, he's one of those fighters that want to get in close, use his strength. He's got big upper body, strong arms. But Jay's done well just to keep him at range. That's a lovely right hand over the top.
Nice little left hook there as well from Ben Fields. These 4 rounds will have felt like a lifetime, won't it, for Jay Collins? Just wonder if he's beginning to feel it now in his legs. And Ben, who's done it now, this is the 3rd time he's been the 4 rounds, just paced himself a little bit better, and he's done much better in this 4th round.
Yeah, people don't appreciate how long 4 rounds feels in there to these guys. You know, especially with the pressure. A lot of energy gets taken out of you on your ring walk and in your changing rooms. But Jay still looks comfortable despite Fields' success at times. He still looks comfortable in there. Still throwing that jab out and landing. There we have it then, a good 4 rounds for Jay Collins on his debut.
Yeah, good well-matched fight that, I thought. Good debut for Collins. Fields performed well, nice tidy boxer. A nice test on his debut for Collins.
Interesting to see how the referee scored this one. The last round was certainly close. I think Jay Collins will be pretty happy with that. Good test for him, and Ben Fields is someone I'd certainly like to see in the VIP ring again soon. Get the announcement in a few moments' time.
Yeah, Darren Sargentson, whose name we didn't mention once then.
Sign of a good referee.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of super welterweight action, referee Darren Sargentson has scored the contest 39 points to 38 points for your winner, Ben Fields. Your appreciation, please, for Jay Collins.
Well, there we go, Ben Fields. We thought it was a nice, tidy little performance there from Ben Fields. But when I heard 39-38, I thought that the 30, I thought it was the final round he'd given to Ben, scored one even, and Jamie had won a couple. But there we go. I think we've got to say, well done, Ben Fields. You know, we were impressed with him. He came to win. He boxed nice and neatly, didn't he? Nice, tidy little fighter. I thought Collins won it, to be honest. But
yeah, I certainly had Collins winning it, and I think the corner's a little bit surprised by that one. I think Fields was a little bit surprised, to be honest, as well. But you know, credit to him, he came and had a go. Yeah, moved to 3-0 now.
3-0.
Yeah, there's a bit of a post-mortem going on ringside here. I'm not sure many people had that to Fields.
Yeah, just talking to people there who were involved in the fight. Even they were surprised that Ben got that result, but he'll take it and run. Well deserved. Ben Fields, 3-0.
And maybe he should reconsider whether he goes on the road or not now. Yeah, let us know on the Facebook stream how you scored that one, on Twitter, hashtag VIP Boxing Live.
Dirty Matthews there, completely baffled by that result. Next up, we've got Mike McKay. He's going to fight Ivo Zednik.
Contest number 4, another international contest, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes our visitor from Europe, Ivo Zednik.
And here comes Zednik. And I think everyone ringside still a bit shocked by that last one.
I'm pretty sure Ivo Zednik's not chosen this walkout music himself.
He actually came over to me before and asked me where he could get his ring walk music sorted, and I didn't know, and I feel a bit bad now.
Unless it's exactly what he wanted.
He could be. I noticed he was doing star jumps for about 20 minutes in the corner.
And opposing him from nearby Warrington, Mike McKay.
And here comes Mike McKay for our second cruiserweight contest of the evening.
Yeah, Mike McKay looks pretty good in his debut. He hurt his shoulder before the fight and contended with that throughout, but still looked pretty impressive. A good few months recovery now, and he's back for his second performance.
To those watching on Only Full Fights Facebook, the Saarlands in Germany, and here live in Great Britain, you are all welcome on VIPboxing.tv. 4 3-minute rounds of an international cruiserweight contest is our 4th contest. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the black collar shorts trimmed with a white effect. At the weight he scale, 13 stone, 8 pounds 4 ounces, hailing from the Czech Republic, Ivo Zednik. And opposing him, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the black collar shorts trimmed with silver. At the weight he scale, 14 stone, 2 pounds 4 ounces. From one contest, he has 1 win. Presenting from Warrington, Mike McKay. Timekeeper at the bell. I love you, Phil Morris. Jimmy Kirkpatrick is our referee in charge of the action for 3-minute rounds.
Okay, lads, you both know the rules. Keep your heads in close. Obey my command all the time. Defend yourselves at all times. Gloves, good luck to you both.
Big, imposing figure, Mark McKay.
I love you, Phil Morris. It's a bunker.
Talented fight. I know it was high hopes for him when he turned over. Still plenty of time to realise that.
Yeah, Zednik last time out was here against Jay Farrell. He lost in 2, so maybe that's a little bit of a measuring stick that McKay will have in his head.
Much more of a classic boxer, Mike, isn't he, than Jay? You know, he'll look to set up his punches. But tall, big, imposing figure. Tell you what, Luke, I was pleasantly surprised because Liverpool Olympia is one of my favourite venues, but it's also one of the coldest. And when I walked in, it was surprisingly warm, but it's the temperature's steadily dropping here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely freezing ringside now. I'm like you, I came in and I thought we were in for a decent night, but it's going to be a long one sat here shivering.
Yeah, if you've ever sat in Hull Ice Arena, it's pretty similar. Mike McGuire just making it an uncomfortable start as well, you know, jabs landing, right hands going in well as well, straight from the off.
He's picking his shot so nicely in there so far. Like you said, he's got a completely different style to Jay Farrell, but he's equally as effective, and you can see he certainly whacks as well. That right hand's landed every time he throws it. Yeah, I think we've seen the pattern of this fight already. Mike's just dominating behind that jab. Really composed.
Looks absolutely picture perfect cruiserweight, isn't he? His proportions are all right. Nice long arms, uses that jab. Good build, solid, strong. Looks like he's got everything, Mike McKay. You know, let's just hope he can, back shoulders fully healed, he stays fit and stays active now, and let's see what he can do.
Yeah, and this is the first time we've seen him fully fit in a professional ring, and he certainly looked really sharp early on. He still carries power in that right hand as well. Really impressive opening 2 minutes of this first round. Just using that jab. You can see him being in exciting matchups as he steps up in level as well. He's very busy with his shots behind that jab. Nice right hand landing again. I'd love to see him in with someone like Jay Farrell. They're completely different styles, and that's just got an exciting fight written all over it.
Yeah, it has, hasn't it? As long as McKay can, he's probably a step behind Jay at the moment, just purely based on activity, but it looks like a ready-made match, doesn't it, for some time late next year, possibly. Igor Zednik with prison fight written all the way down his shorts. As long as he doesn't produce a shank in the second round or throw a tray of hot food over someone or some boiling water and sugar, I think we'll be okay. None of those are in the Queensbury rules. He's lost the first round there, hasn't he?
Yeah, Mike barely even got out of first gear. Just dominated behind that jab. Nice and relaxed in that corner. He'd be happy with that opener. And he seems to be injury free as well in there. He doesn't look in any discomfort, which is a positive sign. And more of the same in the second.
Seems to be going back to that last fight there, seems to be a fair bit of consternation about the result in the James Collins-Ben Fields fight.
Yeah, and rightly so, I think. If you're in Jay Collins' camp, you'd be very aggrieved by that decision.
Corners, 10 seconds.
Here we go with the second round of this one. More of the same. Required for McKay.
More of the same here from Mike McGuire, surely.
He's looked really good off that jab, hasn't he, so far?
Totally different kind of fighter to Jay Farrell, but equally effective in his own sort of way, isn't he?
Yeah, and they pose completely different problems compared to each other. But like you said, both really good fighters in this division.
We probably shouldn't be drawing comparisons at this stage, but it's impossible not to, isn't it? When we fight so close to each other on the same card, same weight, it's pretty much inevitable.
Yeah, and especially the way these guys have been matched against each other now on the VIP shows. There's a few matchups across the weight divisions that seem like naturally they're going to happen at some point, and this seems like one as well.
Jab's working really well for Mike McKay. Just wonder if he'll be looking to whip that uppercut in. You know, Zednik's just rushing forward a little bit, isn't it? Mike, he's got, there is the right uppercut. I just wonder if he might try to time that as Zednik just walks forward.
Yeah, it seems to be the natural shot from where we're sat. Yeah, and as you were saying that he threw one, he can obviously see that himself in there, which is a positive sign in itself. Just taking his time in there, McKay. Nice work off that jab. Falling short with the right hand and laughing at himself. Just got to be careful defensively, McKay, doesn't he? He gets caught with a few shots.
Yeah, just went back in a bit of a straight line there. Zednik's actually looked safer and more secure when he's been a bit more aggressive here, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think he realised that early in the second, that the way to nullify that jab is to just come forward. Just like to see McKay work on the inside when he gets held, instead of just holding on and waiting to be separated by the referee.
This is when it goes badly wrong for Zednik, when he just covers up and backs away. He's just giving McKay free reign to do as he pleases, really.
Yeah, there's a lot of spite in those shots as well. With Zednik, he's got his back to the ropes.
Bit of a better round there for Zednik, but still another round in the bank for Mike McKay.
Yeah, McKay will certainly be happy with that one. Yeah, just looking at the Facebook stream, going back to the last one, and I think everyone is agreeing that Collins can feel a little bit unfortunate.
Have you found a single person agreeing with the verdict yet, Luke? I have not.
Nope.
Both at ringside and on the streams. So if you're watching this, always probably turned it off in disgust by now after watching the replay. Yeah. But if you have stuck with it, Jamie, take a bit of...
Corners, 10 seconds.
I don't know. Consolation from the fact that most people thought you did pinch it.
Seconds out. Round 3.
Back to Mike McKay in there. Just got to get that jab working again like he did in the opener. Try and push Zednik back again. You can see Zednik's realise what you were saying as well, that when he comes forward he doesn't get hit with as many shots. The problems come when he tucks up with his back to the ropes.
I'd like to see McGuire just try to maybe just plant his feet there and look for that uppercut, as Zednik does come forward. When he's on the front foot, everything's in hand, isn't it? The jab's good. He's finding his openings well. But he does seem to have it in control, so it'd be good to see him just work on a couple of things while he's on the back foot.
Yeah, there's that ambition from Zednik again. And McKay's just waiting for a lead. I'm not sure it's going to come. Nice work off that jab again. And McKay's dominating in there, but there's just a few improvements that he could make his life a lot easier in there. Nice right hand round the side of the guard. He picks that straight right hand nicely. It seems to land every time he throws it. And there it is again, followed by the left.
Yeah, just caught Zednik right at the end of a shot there, didn't he? Just pushed him back into the ropes. Follows it up with a nice right and a left hook.
Yeah, that right hand round the side of the guard seems to be landing as well. Every time it looks like McKay's going to come on top though, Zednik just lands a shot of his own.
Oh, did a 360 there, pirouette from Mike McKay. I know he said he had decent footwork, but I'm not expecting to see that.
I'm not sure they teach you that in the gym. Although it works.
Nearly a big exchange of right hands there just as McKay came off the ropes. Just getting a little bit more ragged in this round, isn't he? Because then he checks up the pace and he's throwing plenty himself.
Yeah, and I think you mentioned it earlier, it's that uppercut that he needs to be looking at. He's thrown it a couple of times, but when he's been out of range, and he's missed by a long way with them both. Oh, and it's another round for McKay, but certainly a closer one, that one. Yeah, McKay's certainly winning this fight, but it's certainly not done yet. So Zednik still got plenty of ambition about him. You see that, by the way, he's charging forward. Keep commenting on Twitter, hashtag VIP Boxing Live, comment on the Facebook stream as well. Only full fights and on the VIP page, live with the Sauerlands in Germany as well. All the usual platforms.
Seconds out for the fourth and final round.
Fourth and final round for Mike McKay. got this one in hand, although we thought that last time, so
Yeah.
you never know. But it would have to be a major shot, wouldn't it, for Ivo Zednik to be ahead in this one?
Yeah, Zednik's come out on the front foot. Even when he's not throwing anything on the front foot, he looks so much more comfortable in there. Not letting McKay dictate it as much. You see Zednik just resigned himself to trying to get through these 4 rounds now. You can see the finish line. This is where he doesn't want to be, though.
Exactly, yeah. The strange bit about that is he's actually looked safer when he's been coming forward. If he's going to see his way through, maybe he should just try and concentrate on sticking as close as he possibly can. Just
I'm
as
sure
we say
he's
that, there we
listening
go.
to you.
My check is pretty poor.
McKay just smothering his own work there a little bit. There's plenty of things to learn from McKay from this, but he has looked good tonight. He has been impressive. That's exactly why this kind of opponent's good this stage of your career.
Loaded up the big right hand there, Zednik. Tried to put it right over the top, missed by quite a while.
Yeah, he's just loaded up with every shot now, Zednik. And even when it's missing, it's just buying him a few seconds. Exactly what he wants a minute to go, the last round.
Yeah, nice little short left there from McGuire. And another one. Very, as we were saying earlier, very competitive scene here in Northwest at cruiserweights at the moment. McKay's going to be right in that mix. As we say, he's had a long break since his debut. Give him a few months to get himself fully up to pace, and I think he's going to be fully in the mix of it around area title sort of level within the next 18 months or so.
Yeah, and he's showing signs of being able to really compete at that level already. Only the start of his professional career. McKay just unloading. The first time that right uppercut's landed.
Time just runs out, but nice aggressive ending there from Mike McGuire, just putting a rubber stamp on the victory really.
Yeah, I know we said it last time, but McKay certainly won this one. Good performance that. He's had to work for it. A little blood coming out of his nose in that corner as well. He's certainly got the job done in there. And surely we can't see another wrong card. Surely we can't see another wrong card.
I think Zednik can be quite proud of his efforts there, can't he? You know, gave it his all.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of international cruiserweight action, referee Jamie Kirkpatrick has adjudged this particular contest 40 points to 36 points for your winner. Now undefeated in 2 professional contests, hailing from Warrington, Mike McKay. And a fine effort from our continental visitor from the Czech Republic, who's been here before, a fine traveller, Ivo Zednik.
Yeah, just as we thought, complete shutout for McKay. He struggled at times during that one, but a decent performance in his second fight. After Christmas, we'll be looking to keep busy, keep injury free. Like John mentioned, getting title mix in 12 months or so. Still plenty of action to come tonight. Live from the Liverpool Olympia. Next up, Matthew Rennie and Gary McGuire. Well, Rennie making his debut. Big night for him tonight. We've already seen 2 debutants. Third one coming up then, Luke Willis and Fons Alexander. And Luke will have to be switched on tonight to get the win. He can't take his eye off the ball. Shawn, Cairns and Brett Fido has the potential to be fight of the night. Brett Fido's a man that's certainly going to be coming to win. Shawn, Dodd and Jordan Ellison, and Ellison's another one that'll be looking to win in there, looking to make a big statement against Masher. And Masher looking to get back in that title hunt. Him and Willis could be a clash we see in the future. And the main event, Tom McGinnis and Colin Day in a battle of VIP fighters. Referee Darren Sargent's in the ring with the MC Michael Pass. We wait for the next fight. Get underway very shortly.
On we go with contest number 5, ladies and gentlemen. Here live from the Liverpool Olympia, one of Britain's most opulent buildings. Introducing to you firstly, here comes Gary McGuire.
And here comes McGuire. Second professional fight for him tonight. And again, he's only had one before tonight, so you don't really know what to expect from him.
Yeah, much the same as Ben Fields early. It's impossible for him to be fully in journeyman mode, so it could be another entertaining fight.
And opposing him, a young man from a nearby island. Douglas, the Isle of Man. Here is Matthew Rennie.
And there's the biggest cheer of the night so far for Matthew Rennie, making his debut tonight. Always a proud moment in a fighter's career. He certainly looks nice and relaxed as he enters the ring, and he'll be looking to make a statement tonight, there's no doubt about that.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is 4 3-minute rounds of boxing in the welterweight division. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the claret spangled shorts trimmed with black and spangled silver. At the weight he scaled 10 stone, 3 pounds 4 ounces, presenting from Glasgow, Scotland, Gary McGuire. And opposing him, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the white coloured shorts trimmed with black and silver. At the weight he scaled 10 stone, 4 pounds 7 ounces. Tonight, he makes his proud professional debut, the pride of Douglas, Isle of Man, Matthew Rennie. Timekeeper at the bell, Peter Humphrey. Referee in charge of the action, Darren Sargentson. 4 rounds.
Fellas, you both know the rules. Keep it clean. Don't anything low. Watch your heads. When I say break, take a step. Most importantly, defend yourself at all times.
Here we go, big night in Matthew Rennie's career, this one. Debut's always a difficult one. Joining me on commentary, this is Tom Farrell. And Tom, thinking back to your debut, what's it like when you wait for that first bell to go?
Yeah, my nerves were shot.
Seconds out, round 1.
Difficult opponent, Gary McGuire as well. He had one fight so far, lost it, but that was back in 2015, so he's coming into this ring fresh, and we saw Ben Fields earlier get the win, and it's difficult when you don't know much about your opponent, isn't it?
Yeah, to be honest, I thought that myself when I've just seen him coming out. I've never really seen nothing of him before. But, you know, Matty's a good kid. I think he'll be too clever for him.
Already he's got on the front foot, he's picking his shots nicely. That lead right hand from Southport, switching back to orthodox again. And that's already a sign of his confidence. Yeah. First minute of his debut and he's switching stances.
Yeah, I remember I sparred him about 18 months ago. First time I'd really seen much of him. He was training at the Solly. And I needed a bit of southpaw sparring for Tom Carras, because I'd been let down for my last sparring partner. And he done me a favour, because obviously he likes to switch, but got him to stay southpaw for us. And he was a bit of a nightmare at first, because I never knew much about him. Didn't know what to expect. And yeah, he's a good kid, and we've used him quite a bit in our gym. A couple of the other lads have sparred him as well. We'll always give you good rounds, so good to see him, putting himself into the pro ranks now.
Yeah, and already he's picking that backhand to the body straight away with both hands from orthodox and southpaw. From orthodox, that lead right hand to the body seems to be landing every time he's throwing it. You can see he's well schooled in there. Every shot, there's thought behind it. And if McGuire did have any ambition coming into this one, I think it's quickly been knocked out of him.
It looks a bit of a size difference as well, doesn't it? Matty looks a different weight category here, to be honest. He looks big and strong.
Yeah, he looks long as well, doesn't he, in there with his reach.
It doesn't look like he's broken sweat here so far. He's not breathing heavy, is he? He's looking relaxed in there.
Yeah, he's picking those straight shots to the body so well early on. And you won't be able to tell it was his debut. He's nice and relaxed. And we saw James Collins look a little bit tense during his debut a few moments ago.
To be honest, I didn't think he'd been beat though.
No, I don't think anyone did.
I think it was a shock. I thought he won the first 3 rounds, and I think the last round I sort of switched off, but maybe even if he'd lost it all through it, I thought he still won the fight. And no, it's one of them things, isn't it? It's a mad one. It was a mad shout. But I think he'll be back only.
Yeah, he certainly will be, but there was a bit of shock ringside at that result. Lovely right out to the body landing again. We've got big support in here tonight. Do you hear much of that when you're in the ring? Do you notice the crowd behind you, or you just fully focused on your opponent?
Yeah, of course you hear plenty of noise, and you know I always hear the certain people shouting out, and normally my granddad or my mum, but not many words of encouragement or like wisdom. Just a little go on.
Probably stuff we can't really say on here.
Yeah. It's the good one.
Good first round that for Matthew Rennie. Pretty punch perfect so far. You know, those body shots are going to start to have an effect soon as well. He's really chopped to the body with both hands.
Seconds out, round 2.
Yeah, he looks comfortable either stance here, doesn't he? He's switching nice.
He's got to pick his shots again like he did in the first. But already he's trying things in there. You can see his confidence on ability. Lovely shot to the body again. He just looked classes above already.
Yeah, for his pro debut, he looks very relaxed, doesn't he? Looks like he's 5 or 6 bolter. Confidence is high.
Yeah, and he certainly looks like someone. We're only into the second round of his debut, but he's certainly someone that looks like he can be kept busy and then fast tracked. He's certainly got the ability. Lovely work again. And if you are Gary McGuire in this fight, what do you have to do?
I think he started with a bit of ambition, didn't he? And I think quickly he's realised he's not in the same league as Rennie, but I think he's gonna try and survive now.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to do against a guy that can switch like Rennie can. You can see McGuire's body's already reddening up down that left hand side when those straight shots have been landing under the guard.
He looks tough though, does he?
Yeah, he's certainly someone that he's going to test some people if they're not on the game. He probably picked the wrong opponent to make his comeback fight in.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think Matty's best bet is going downstairs a little bit more, and I think that's probably your best way to go with this. He doesn't look in the best of shape. Looks a little bit fleshy. I think you go downstairs a little bit, he might get him out of here.
The biggest thing for Rennie already is I think he switches so seamlessly in there as well. He doesn't telegraph it like a lot of fighters do.
As I say, switches better than me, look.
Of course not.
Don't worry, miss.
Depends who's watching. little warning while we were talking then from referee Darren Sargent. I'm not entirely sure what for.
He's on one tonight, Darren, isn't he? He's just give that against Jay Collins, and now he's giving warnings out. I hope he's not ref at me next time.
Just trying to draw something with the feints, Rennie, in there, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's that good idea. Try and get a little reaction out of McGuire and punish him for it.
Yeah, he's not getting frustrated and rushing his shots either, which is a big thing. And McGuire's certainly gone in his shell here.
What a good round.
Yeah, been pretty faultless so far. Hashtag VIP Boxing Live on Twitter. Comment on the Facebook stream. We're live on all the usual platforms tonight as well. Now, next up after this one, Luke Willis, your gym mate, looked great last time out. And it could be a tough night's work against Fons if he makes it tough for himself.
Yeah, do you know what? I spoke to Luke because obviously I boxed Fons myself about 3 years ago now. And I made it hard work for myself, trying to fight with him and trying to get rid of him too much. And it was, while I won it obviously comfortably on points, I made hard work of it for my own standards, do you know what I mean? And I told him,
Corners,
like,
10
I
seconds.
think you'll see a good Luke Willis tonight, and said you've got your best chance of stopping him by if the real Luke Willis turns up and he's awkward, he's hard to hit, and he's coming from angles. So hopefully we'll get a good performance out of Luke. I like Fons though, he's a nice lad.
Yeah.
Like his trainer as well, Andrew.
Rennie's come out with a bit of intent in this third round.
Might be looking to step it up a gear here and put it on a bit more, make him feel it.
Yeah, he certainly hasn't come out of first gear in the opening too. Just stepping it up a little bit here. And Rennie's very clever with his forearm inside, isn't he? You can see he knows all the tricks in the book. Now for someone making his debut, he looks so well schooled in there as a professional.
I think, if I remember right, I think he might have went to a Commonwealth Youth Games or something for the Isle of Man. So you know he's definitely well schooled, and obviously he's in the solly now with my mate Paul Eddy, former British champion. So I think he'll be teaching them all the pro tricks.
You see McGuire's body reddening up already. 3 rounds into this one.
Nice shot.
He's picked those body shots so well so far.
He's trying to force it now a little bit, isn't he?
Yeah, McGuire's doing a better job of spoiling him in this round. Just manages to get a little bit closer and get hold of Rennie, stop him working.
Give you see a little gear change out of Matty and put a little phase in there. Do a bit more damage.
Yeah, I think he tried to step it up at the start of this round.
That's nice, good.
Yeah, McGuire's done well to slow him down a little bit.
Take good body shots again. That's the place to go if you want to get him out of here.
Yeah, we've said it before, the body shots are just landing every time he throws them. That straight right hand again.
Right on cue.
Yeah, you can see McGuire's conscious of it as well. He's lowered his guard to try and block those body shots. Really intelligent performances from Rennie. It's not often so complimentary someone on the debut, but he's just cruising in there at the moment.
He's looking good. 3 rounds up.
Your other teammate on the bill tonight, Tom McGinnis, later on. It's a tough fight that with Colin Day, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a cracker, you know, I'm proper looking forward to it. I think Tom should have too much skill and too much freshness for Colin. Colin's a good lad though. He's a very tough, and I think it might be hard for Tom for the first few rounds, because I think Colin's gonna come and put it on him, and it'll probably be the first time as a professional Tom. Well, it will be the first time as a pro that Tom's had that, but no, he's a good amateur Tom, and you know he's been in there with some good kids as a youngster, and obviously he's training with us now, so we've given good sparring and
Corners, 10
perfect preparation
seconds.
for this fight. So it's a tough one, because we like Colin. We get on well with Robbie Butler.
Seconds
Ryder,
out
but
for your
it's
fourth
just one of
and
them.
final round.
I think they sort of agreed mutually. Yeah, we'll have the fight. No one called each other out. It made sense for both of them. And you know, it's good to be in. That's what you're in here for. You don't want to be in. You don't want to be fighting genuine forever. So it's a good step up for both of them.
Yeah, just read on the Facebook stream that he won a silver at those Youth Commonwealths that we're talking about.
Yeah.
So he's transitioned well to the pro game. Yeah, we see so many successful amateurs turn professional. They can't quite reach those successes, but you can see already he's looked brilliant in there so far.
Yeah, I think McGuire will be happy to see to wear the final bell here.
He's a decent opponent for a debut as well. Yeah, we've certainly come and had a go at times. He's left himself with openings as well, which Rennie's exploited, especially to the body early on.
Yeah, he looks like he's enjoying it, Matty.
And it's not often you say that about someone on the debut. Normally fighters make a debut, you can see they're on edgy there, but as soon as that first bell rang, you could see he was nice and relaxed.
Lovely shot. Got a bit of showboating now.
And we said it earlier, it's a bit of a shame it's the Christmas break coming up, because it'll be a couple of months before he's next out again. That's where McGuire wants to be now, just holding.
Yeah, he's just going to try and frustrate him now, isn't he? And spoil the fight. And he's just got over just a minute left now, and finishing lines in sight for him. Well,
yeah, and if this fight had been made over a longer distance, I think those body shots would start to take effect. But
yeah.
4 rounds goes by so quickly.
It's mad when people don't want to really engage. It is tough. It's tougher than people think to get rid of people. The likes of Christian Lates and all them other journeymen who just got it down to a fine art of not really getting it. Yeah, so hard when they don't throw anything back.
We saw it with Simon Yaxley early on. He was in McCulley, and whatever he did, Kevin just wasn't going to engage with him and give him those opportunities. It's been a good opponent for Rennie in that sense. There has been times when McGuire's had a little bit of a go, but I think Rennie just beat that ambition out of him early on, as you have to do with these journeymen. Coming to the last few seconds of this one. Been a pretty punch-perfect performance.
It's a good start, good beginning to his pro career.
There we have it then, and I know Darren gave the last one the wrong way, but I don't think there's any doubt about this one.
I think McGuire might get this.
Don't say that.
Don't worry, mess. 40 points to 36. You heard it here first.
Just looking through the Facebook stream. Marcel's not boxing anymore tonight. He's off the show. Masha is due in the ring at about 25 to 10. Still a couple more fights before that one.
2.
And the referee's scorecard has been counted up. And here's the MC, Michael Pass, to announce the official result.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of absorbing action, referee Darren Sargentson has scored the contest 40 points to 35 points for your winner. Hailing from Douglas, Isle of Man, Rennie.
Yeah, just
the
as we thought.
Appreciation for our Glaswegian comrade, Gary McGuire.
Job done for Matthew Rennie in there. And there's no doubt about that scorecard. Still to come, plenty of action. Luke Willis and Fons Alexander up next. Well, Luke's a teammate of Tom, and they'll be looking to make a statement against Fons tonight. Then Shawn, Cairns and Brett Fido. And Brett Fido's having a bit of a purple patch at the moment, and Shawn Cairns will have to be his best to get the win. Shawn, Dodd and John Ellison in after that over 6. Masha looking to get back onto that big stage. The matchroom shows on Sky, but he's got a tough test tonight. And then Tom McGinnis and Colin Day.
Fine local boxer and former WBA international champion Tom Farrell is in the building. Stand up, Tom. Give everyone a nice look at your rippling torso. Luke Madeira can learn lots if he listens to Tom.
What do I say after that?
My head's gone.
And next up, we mentioned it before, potential banana skin this for Luke Willis tonight. Looked brilliant coming back from injury last time out against an opponent that not many fighters would have taken on the comeback. And Fons always comes, has a go. And like we said, Luke's going to have to beat him tonight to get the win. MC Michael Pass is waiting in the ring and ready to announce both fighters.
Don't forget you can watch the action via Facebook. Only Full Fights. We're with the Solons in Germany. Live here from the Liverpool Olympia. Contest number 6. Here comes another boxer, Fons Alexander.
And here comes Fons. And Tom, it's someone you boxed before. And you mentioned it before, he's not the most easy fighter to get the win against.
Oh, he's very good at shelling up and hard to hit clean, and then if you're not switched on, he'll swing a big bomb. And he can hit a little bit. I think he's knocked a couple out, like you've took him lightly. So you know you can't take him, as I said to Luke earlier on. You can't just think that's it. You can't switch off and give him many free shots.
And our final social media platform. Don't forget, send us your comments via the hashtag on Twitter, where we'll read them out at some point during the proceedings. Another local man coming to the ring, the undefeated young man from Liverpool, Luke Willis.
And here comes Luke Willis, a man that's always exciting, got an exciting style.
His face lost all expression. Said if you're
Maybe
gonna
looking to make a
play the
statement
game,
tonight.
boy, gonna learn to play it.
Comment live, VIPboxing.tv, live on the Facebook stream, on Only Full Fights as well. Hashtag VIPboxing live on Twitter.
This contest is 6 3-minute rounds of boxing in the welterweight division. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the black and gold spangled shorts at the weighing heat scale, 10 stone, 5 pounds 4 ounces, presenting Fons Alexander. And opposing him, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the white and gold colored shorts at the weighing heat scale, 10 stone, 3 pounds 8 ounces. His perfect, unblemished, pure record this evening consists of 8 contests, 8 wins. One of those wins coming by way of knockout, presenting from Liverpool, the undefeated Luke Willis. Time, give the bell. Phil Morris, Jamie Kirkpatrick is in charge of the action. 6 3-minute rounds.
Okay. Just keep the punches up, watch your heads in close. Obey my commands at all times, defend yourselves at all times. Touch gloves, good luck to you both.
Here we go then. Obviously you see Luke day in, day out. How's he been looking at the gym for this one?
Round 1.
Yeah, good. As ever, he's always training hard and he's looking sharp. So I think he was a little bit gutted and felt a little bit aggrieved that he hasn't been put onto a big show. Because hopefully we had a few things in the pipeline, but you know it is what it is. And, you know he's getting on with it and got a little job to do tonight. So I think he'll be just doing good that he's staying busy and keeping ticking over, and hopefully a big fight will come for him in the new year.
And you mentioned that Fons, he has knocked a few people out. 6 wins so far, 4 of them have come by stoppage, so you've certainly got to be wary of his power that he has. But Luke started really well here.
One thing I did say to Luke, I think Fons won't really like his southpaw stance, so I think I was switching when I was boxing Fons, and I found myself more comfortable that way, so stayed that way more so.
He certainly listened to you early on anyway. Makes a change.
Ooh, lovely shot.
Yeah, that fight last time out against Des Newton, he looked brilliant in there throughout, but it was a big test to take on after having such a long time out through injury.
Yeah, I know, definitely. Newton came to win, didn't he? He was 7-1. Only being beat by Henry James, who's a tough night for anyone. So he was always going to be there, and he fought on till the end. Credit to him, he took some big shots off Luke, and his face was bashed up, but he was still in there. And, it was a great fight, and good rounds under Luke's belt.
Yeah, it was a tough 8 rounds that Luke had to. He dominated them, but he certainly made to think about things. Fons is making him think about it in there as well. Nice straight shot to the body for Luke.
I think.
Luke's one of these fighters. He doesn't waste a lot of his shots. He lands with the majority of the shots that he throws.
Yeah, he's very sharp. Lee Hogan loves him, doesn't he? Lee Hogan calls him the Scouse Lomachenko. When them two get together for an interview, run out of film in the camera.
That's with most people though, isn't it?
Oh, more so with Luke. You see an interview with Luke Willis, I just see it's 20 minutes and I only watched 2 of it.
Fons has certainly come out with a lot of intent in this opener. And Luke's done well just to put him back in his place early on.
Yeah. I think like I was saying before with Matty Rennie's fight, I think Luke needs to go downstairs. I think he's very tough Fons, so I think you'll hit him more so to the body.
Yeah, and he landed a few straight shots to the body in that opener. Looked really good doing it. This one's scheduled for 6. Now, and Luke half jokingly, half seriously called out Dodd after the last one, and that would be a great fight if it could get made down the line if they both keep winning.
Yeah, I think Luke's just desperate for a big fight, and he sees what Masha's done. Masha's had a great career so far, and I think Luke's just seen it as a way up, really, a little leg up into the big league, because Masha's where he is, and it's one of them if it makes sense for both of them. It's a good fight, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll certainly be an exciting one. It'll be a difficult one to choose. The freshness of Willis or the experience of Masha. Both got to keep winning though, and Luke's got to get the job done in there tonight, otherwise all those plans get derailed.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I called Masha out as well myself after. Everyone else was calling him out, so I was like, you're next, Mash. But I was only joking.
Yeah,
not a chance I'd get to lightweight.
I was commentating with him that night, and I don't think he knew what to say.
I think he might have thought I was serious.
You never know. Catch weight.
Definitely not now.
Fon's been a lot more positive than he normally is in there. There's some lovely work from Willis, picking him off there. And that's where Luke's best, isn't it? When his opponents come in forward. And
Yeah.
that's why he looked so good against Des Newton last time out. It was an opponent that came to win for 8 rounds. He just picked him off at will.
Yeah. He's a lovely counter puncher, Luke, but he's got it in him as well to put it on you and show how strong he is for the size. He is very strong in there. Wiry.
Nice left hook from Fonz landing.
Yeah, a little bit of completion from Luke, but I think it woke him up a little bit. I think he realised there.
He's really effective, isn't he, Luke, when he's picking his shots? He doesn't waste a lot. We've said that a lot tonight, but he really does pick his shots well.
He's trying to bring Fonz on a little bit here and bring him onto Shawn. Good tactics.
Yeah, and Fonz is certainly a opponent that will give you openings, give you things to counter, and Luke's done that so far nicely. Been nice and patient as well.
I think that hurt him.
You can see Danny in the corner then, just calling Luke to keep Fonz with his back to the ropes, and he did that nicely. He didn't take a step back like most fighters usually do. He came back with a second phase there, which is good.
Yeah, good start of the fight. I think that streak's working lovely. Stopping Fonz in his tracks.
Yeah, and that straight shot to the bodies there when Fonz has got his back to the ropes.
Yeah, he's got his elbows up quite high. And sort of asking for the body shot, isn't he? He doesn't want to get hit to the head.
Yeah, and I'm sure Luke will pick up on that at some point during this contest. Another round in the bank for Luke Willis. And he's looked pretty comfortable in there, despite moments where Fonz has had success. He has looked comfortable.
Yeah, he has, yeah.
Now, after this one, Shawn, Cairns and Brett Fido, and Brett Fido, someone that upset one of your gym mates last time out, and he's on a bit of a purple patch, had a few wins in a row. It'd be a tough night for Shawn Cairns, that, won't it?
Yeah, he's right up for it, Brett Fido. He's one of them journeymen that comes to win, isn't he? He'll have to give anyone a tough night, and I think Marcel Braithwaite I think he just switched off a bit last time out. He's already beaten before. Don't think things were going that great for him in camp, but I think that's all. It's all in the past now, and he's going to move on from that. But yeah, Brett Fido, it's going to be a good fight, but I think Shawn Cairns will be a little bit level for, a little bit long as a southpaw as well.
Fonz charging out the corner then, and Luke just countered with a right hook.
Yeah, he's having a bit of a go here, Fonz.
What we talked about though, Luke's so good when his opponent comes and has a go. It plays into his hands a little bit what Fonz is doing at the moment. Luke just looking outside the ring as Fonz misses that left hook. Billy Joe Saunders-esque.
And he likes to try that in sparring.
I hope you whack him when he does.
Yeah, he doesn't try with me. I hit a bit hard.
He's just fainting, waiting for Fonz to lead off with something so he can counter it.
Yeah, clever.
It's nice and patientness from Willis. Not getting drawn into anything.
Boxing well. So he's drawing a feint. Just never do that counter.
Yeah, and he's certainly ready for that step up now, isn't he? You can see it in there. I'm sure you see it in the gym as well. He's certainly one of these fighters that have served their apprenticeship now and ready to be let off the leash a little bit.
Definitely, yeah. And it's one of them things. He's so confident in his ability as well. Yeah, he's mad that he's called everyone out. Smasher, Scott Cardle, Lewis Ritson even got a mention. Joe Cordina, but he's because he's so strong in his beliefs and he believes you can beat anyone on his day, I think people will start believing, and he, you know, when he has these big fights, it's down to him then to go and show how good he is. He shows us all the time how good he is in the gym. He can be a nightmare to spar. So I think he's definitely ready for big fights. I think when he gets his big chance, he'll definitely take it. Lovely shot.
Yeah, he picks that shot so nicely after feinting. Yeah, Luke's feints are good as well. You don't know whether he's throwing or he's feinting with them. Which is exactly what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, obviously he's a class above Fons, but you know, Fons is still in there. He's giving him a decent test. Good night's work, really.
Yeah, and he's just started to put Fons back in his shell a little bit, take that little bit of ambition out of him that he had in the first couple. Been a good round this third.
Yeah, three rounds up.
Well, you know Danny in that corner more than anyone. What will he be saying now to Luke?
I think he'll just be telling him to keep doing what he's doing. I don't think he's really done anything wrong. I think he'll probably just, as I said, just keep doing what you're doing. Just to stay switched on. That'll be the main points that he'll be getting across, because what he's doing's working. I think he just can't get sloppy and, you know, try and get a bit gung-ho, trying to force a stoppage and don't want to get tagged. I don't think Fons will hurt him, but just doesn't look good, does it?
Yeah, he certainly seems nice and relaxed in that corner. They were talking to Danny.
Corners, 10 seconds.
After being out with that injury, was there any thought of getting him a 4-rounder or a 6 against one of these journeymen that have had 100 or so fights? Or was Luke demanding that he was in with a tough fight?
Yeah, I think he was just banging on Steve Wood's door, just saying, listen, I want a decent fight. I want a fight I can get up for. You know, people want to see you in good fights, don't they? There's only so many 4-handers people want to come and watch. So it's about building up a little bit of momentum, you know, getting in big fights, stepping it up each time, and you know, before you know it, he's got a big following and he's fighting on big shows all the time. I think he's definitely got the talent. He just needs a little break and big show. You know, these big promoters what he's about and what he can do, and you know, then it'll come then.
Yeah, and it's all just about taking that opportunity when it does come.
Lovely.
Fons' turn to play Billy Joe Saunders in there.
Fons done a little pirouette, didn't he?
It's the second one we've seen tonight. Mike McKay did one earlier.
He just threw an absolute windmill, didn't he? Took him right round. Think if that had got Luke, it'd have been a good night. Closer to getting me though. Lovely stuff.
Yeah, and Luke's footwork's underrated as well, isn't it? He gets out of danger very quickly.
Oh, his footwork's it is a nightmare. I can see why Lee Hogan refers to him as the Scouse Lomachenko's. One minute he's there, next minute he's behind you, hitting you in the back of the head. Loves that one. Not too sure on his footy shock tonight though. Gonna have to give him. We do actually give him stick in the gym about these. Comes in thinking the boss, and they're not taking off yet. You won't see me and them in my next fight anyway.
Seems to be getting worse as well. Sock choice.
I think Danny will be telling them off the showboat in the corner next.
Nice work with that right hook. He looks really good when he throws that jab. Just leads off the jab and then puts combinations together.
Yeah, his hands are rapid when he puts them together. It's good work.
Craig Brogan on the Facebook stream asking if he's got shin pads on under them socks.
I think there's Brogan's cousin there. I think that's another person he's called, that Brogan. No, yeah, I don't think he has there. Brogan's one of our former teammates and go back years, but I think it was just one of them fights that could have been made because obviously the same weight, and Brogan's just won a Central Area title. I think Steve's actually thinking about putting the winner of Colin Day versus Tom McGinnis in with Steve Brogan.
Yeah, that'd certainly be another big fight. Another local derby round here. They're the kind of fights we want now on the VIP shows. We've got a big fight tonight as the main event, and we mentioned earlier on commentary before you came on, the winner of that really gets catapulted up the rankings, and if it is the case that he gets a shot at the Central Area title, it'll be thoroughly deserved for the winner tonight.
Yeah, it's a good fight, isn't it? This top of the bill. It's a mad one because it's not really for anything, is it? It's not like an eliminator. It's just an 8-round fight between two local lads who are putting the records on the line. So credit to both of them. They're both stepping up and both putting an undefeated record. Well, sorry, Coventry actually being beat, hasn't he? But they're both in there with good kids.
Yeah, and we'll see it later on this year, the Jolly Boy show, Adam Ridge and Joe Eco. Very similar fight, that one's over 6 rounds, both 4-0. There's nothing on the line for that, but it certainly enhances your reputation if you get the win tonight, and the doors will start to open. And they're the kind of fights that Luke wants.
Yeah, we've done a bit of sparring with Joe Eco as well. He's a good kid. Just recently moved trainers to the Kelvin Travis, and I think he was down a few weeks ago sparring in our gym. I don't really know too much about Adam Ridge, but I know Joe will be a tough night for anyone.
Yeah, Adam trains at VIP Acid Gym in the evenings with the amateurs, and he's looked good moving to 4-0. Really competitive fight, that one.
That's it. I think about boxing now, everything's about keeping your undefeated record, and I think people are starting to realise it's not the end of the world when you get beat, take one loss against a good fighter. It doesn't write you off. There's loads of people who've been beaten, come back stronger. You only have to look at Rocky Fielding, beat by Callum Smith in a massive fight, and look at him now. He's a world champion and fighting one of the biggest names in boxing.
Yeah, and often it creates more opportunities for you as well. As strange as it sounds, some fighters, when they do lose, the doors seem to open after that.
Yeah, of course. I think only have to look at Masha. Masha, got beat by Scott Cardle. He's been in there now with Joe Cordina as well. Loads of people are willing to take the fight now, but they can try and use it as a bit of a stepping stone. But I think he's a good example of that. As you said before, the Fonz is not coming forward as much now, as he doesn't really want to gamble anything. He's happy to get the rest of the fight under his belt.
Yeah, I noticed it at the end of the last round. He's got a cut over his left eye as well.
Do you know what I seen like he looked like he had a bit of a scar there when he was close to our corner. It must have opened up.
Yeah, I think it's caused by a punch. I'm not sure there has been a head clash so far.
No, I don't think there's been no heads going in. It's been quite a clean fight and not much holding going on. Luke's boxing well.
Yeah, referees had very little to do so far. Yeah, like we said earlier, Fonz came out with a lot of ambition in the first two, but you've got to put these guys back into place early on, and Luke certainly did that. And he's made his night a lot easier for doing that as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Still nice and relaxed in that corner. The referee just having another look at that cut over the eye. I think he's happy with it.
Yeah, he's only got 3 minutes to go, hasn't he? He'll last that.
Yeah, just confirming what we said. The referee confirming that the cut was caused by a punch, just as we thought. Luke will be happy with that performance so far, won't he?
Yeah, definitely. Another 6 round under his belt. Hasn't done anything wrong. So, you know, can only be happy. Another bout since his injury. You know, getting up a bit of speed now and pushing on to the big 2019.
Yeah, and he's turned a potentially difficult night into a relatively easy one.
Yeah, he's never looked phased, has he? He's been in complete control. Hasn't really took many licks, so.
There's that left hook again from Fonz. That's the shot he's been looking for. It's the only real shot he's been throwing, that big left hook. You know, and Luke picked on that early on, you can see that
shot.
He's got such quick hands in combinations as well, Luke.
Yeah, I think that's one of his best attributes. While he's only stopped one opponent, he punches a lot harder than what his record suggests. And I think that's down to his speed and how sharp he is.
Yeah, you can see he's cruising in there now as well. Really enjoying himself. I know we keep mentioning it, but he's certainly ready for a step up now.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's gonna come, isn't it? Especially the way Steve's putting in, you know, his own fighters with each other. There's plenty of lightweights out there that Steve's got who he could be going in with.
Nice work behind that jab again. He's certainly not switched off in this last round, even though the job's almost done. It's over a minute left to go.
Yeah, he's bossed this round as well. Hasn't took nothing there either. Toughed up well.
Nice shot again and lead backhand from that southpaw stance.
It's good to see him throwing that backhand as well, like with intent, and you know, after his injury, which put him on for a while. There was always going to be a bit of nerves throwing that left hand, and no, it hasn't bothered him.
Yeah, it's always a big sign, isn't it, getting that confidence back after having, you know, injuries, and he certainly looks comfortable with that backhand now. He's throwing it with a lot of intent.
Yeah, last 30 seconds coming up for Luke. Another good win.
Yeah,
still undefeated.
Barring anything very dramatic. Luke's certainly got the job done today, won every single round. And he looked impressive doing so. There we have it then. Certainly job done for Luke Willis. He impressed last time out and he's impressed again tonight. And we'll certainly see him stepping up as we go into the new year. Fonz will be pretty happy with his night's work as well. Got a little nick over the eye.
Yeah, that'll put him out 28 days or straight away, is a little cut.
Not a bad time to do it coming towards Christmas though, if you're going to do it at any point.
Yeah.
So the shows do dry up a little bit in January.
Yeah, I don't know what I think to be fighting in January. February's bad enough.
Yeah. Michael Passer's got the scorecards and pretty sure we know who's won anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, of the 6 rounds of boxing, referee Jamie Kirkpatrick has scored the contest 60 points to 54 points for your winner. Now undefeated in 9 professional contests from Liverpool, Luke Willis. Your appreciation, please. A fine effort from Fonz Alexander.
Exactly as we thought. Willis cruise into a points victory in that. Still plenty of action to come. Next up, Shawn Cairns in with Brett Fido. That's over 4 3-minute round at super bantamweight. Masha, Dodd and Jordan Ellison in after that. So, could be a tricky night that for Masha. He'll have to beat his best to beat Jordan. Then the main event of the evening, Tom McGinnis and Colin Day. 8 round super lightweight. Yeah, there's certainly titles round the corner for the winner of that. We've got to get the job done tonight.
Right, I'll love you and leave you. Let John Evans get back on here because he's dying to talk. See you later, Luke.
We'll wait for Luke Willis to get out the ring and we'll get the next bout underway. And here's the MC, Michael Pass.
We carry on with contest number 7, ladies and gentlemen, here live from the Liverpool Olympia. Please welcome making his entrance to the ring, Brett Fido.
And here comes Brett Fido, and we've mentioned it a lot tonight, but this has the potential to be a barnstormer. 3 wins and a draw coming into this one, Fido. He got a knockout in his last one. Not making his debut, and before that we saw him here against Marcel Braithwaite. He nicked a point decision and thoroughly deserved that points decision.
And opposing Brett here is another local man from this great city of Liverpool, Shawn Cairns.
And his opponent tonight, Shawn Cairns, 3-0 already. He's a professional. He's looking to go 4-0, but he's not going to have it all his own way tonight. There's no doubt about that. Brett Fido's got his eye on title fight soon. Shawn Cairns is standing in his way of that. You certainly see what Shawn Cairns is made of tonight.
On we go. Thank you, Luke Madeira, and ably now assisted by John the Learned Evans, courtesy of Boxing News and Boxing Monthly. 4 3-minute rounds in the featherweight division. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the black colour shorts trimmed with red. At the weight he scaled 8 stone, 12 pounds, 12 ounces. Tonight is his 66th professional appearance. Presenting from Birmingham, Brett the Threat Fido. And opposing him, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the blue coloured shorts trimmed with white. At the weight he scaled 8 stone, 13 pounds, 12 ounces. A perfect record thus far. 3 contests, 3 wins. Presenting here from Liverpool, Shawn, the Comanche Cairns. Timekeeper at the bell, Mr. Peter Humphreys. Referee Darren Sargentson for 3-minute rounds.
Fellas, you both know the rules. Keep it clean. Don't anything low. Watch your heads. When I say break, take a step. Most importantly, defend yourself at all times.
Here we go then. And like we mentioned earlier, this certainly has potential to be fight of the night. And John Evans joining me on commentary again. And Shawn Cairns is going to have to be at his best tonight, isn't he?
He is, yeah. He's going to have to use all those physical advantages he's got. You know, much taller, southpaw, rangier. But Brett Fido's going to come, you know. He's
round 4.
Just before then, John Peggs decided that after 4 wins, he's worthy of a nickname. So he got him, for the first time in his career, he got a nickname. He's Brett Fido. We just decided that right behind us by Michael Pass. So Fido's clearly got ambition. He's coming to win.
Yeah, we saw him against Marcel Braithwaite last time we were at the Olympia, and he looked good that night. You wouldn't be able to tell he had a losing record. You know, Marcel was tipped as one of the hot prospects from around Liverpool. But his plans were certainly derailed by Fido. He'll be looking to do the same with Cairns tonight.
Yeah, Steve Wood before was saying it wasn't necessarily a fight he would have wanted for Cairns, really, you know, at this stage, but they were confident enough to take it. And I suppose, you know, if you look at Brett's record, if you do get to him early and do put him in his box, you can beat him. It's just taking, like we said earlier, it's just taking that confidence away from him right at the very start.
It's been a little bit of a tense start, this. Neither man have really landed anything of note so far. You can only see by Brett, though, he's not... He usually just tucks up in there, but there's a lot of head movement from him, a lot of feints.
He clearly just decided to have a go, hasn't he? You know, he decided to try and turn his career around.
Yeah, and we saw Darryl Sharp win a Central Area title. Craig Derbyshire's got 2 of them. So it can be done for guys with losing records to get title fights and win titles. And Brett Fido's, he's seen that, and he certainly wants to crack at them himself. And he showed he's got the ability to as well.
You can see what Cairns is trying to do here, just trying to not get involved with Fido, not play into his game, just, as we said, use those advantages, use that jab and that range and height, and just stay away, isn't he? But look at Brett just feinting, slipping, sliding, looking to just get inside and outside those shots and come back with his own counters.
Yeah, so far Cairns is doing a pretty decent job keeping Fido at arm's length.
Fido's also got that thing now that he's not had in his career where, you know, he'll have the nerves about losing. You know, he's trying to protect an unbeaten a run of unbeaten fights. You know, unique situation for him, but it'll mean the world to Brett Fido.
Yeah, 100%. He won't want to throw away all the hard work he's done at getting to this point. He can, just trying to keep him at range with that jab.
It's only Cairns' fourth fight, isn't it? No, so the experience is all on Brett's side. If it does come to, if Brett is working very hard, you know, keep his distance, keep his range, Brett will find him out later if he does tire.
Yeah,
just starting to get there, hasn't he, already?
Yeah, just towards the end of that round, Brett seemed to find his way on the inside a couple of times. Be a really interesting one to score this. It's only referee Darren Sargent scoring this contest. Over 4 rounds as well, so not a long time at all.
You know, the instructions John Pegg's giving him the corner there, but not instructions to somebody who wants to stay safe. You know, for somebody, John's giving him instructions to win the fight.
Yeah, and that says it all. We see John week in, week out with his journeyman in the corner. We see his usual instructions, and that certainly shows the intent of Brett. And he's not fighting as regularly as he normally does either, so he's obviously picking his fights as well.
Seconds out, round 2.
Very close first round. Just saying that it's going to be a difficult one to score this for the referee. He's the only one scoring this contest over 4 rounds.
Just looking to come with that right hand, Brett, isn't he? Get back out of range and then come flying in with his own right. Lands a right there, took a little one on the way in.
Yeah, and Cairns is trying to do exactly the right thing. There's just moments where Fido finds his way on the inside.
Nice bit of movement there from Cairns.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's got to do. He doesn't want to get involved in anything in there. You can see he's the superior boxer.
You can also see he's fully aware of the threat, can't you? He's wide-eyed here, concentrating every single second. And Fido just can't get the volume landing at the moment, can he?
No, it's relentless pressure from Fido, but especially in this round so far, he's not landed anything of note.
Just making Cairns miss there, but not quite able to make him pay. That's one of what we've seen in recent performances from Brett, isn't it? You know, when he's had an opportunity, he has landed his shots in 2s and 3s.
Yeah, and Cairns did well just moments ago to tie Fido up when he came on the inside. Well, Fido missing wildly with that right hand. Landed a body shot there though. Just as we were talking, I think it was a head clash. It's a little nick above the right eye of Fido. You could see him just dabbing at it a moment ago. There's blood coming out of it already.
Ooh, loaded up on an uppercut there. Fido. Nice boxing from Cairns.
Yeah, he certainly settled into this round. And that cut will give him a bit of encouragement as well. It's right over the eye. Awkward place for Fido.
Well, normally sometimes when we see a journeyman pick up a little cut,
they know there's a suspension coming anyway, so we do tend to throw caution to the wind. It shouldn't really have much effect on Brett, should it? You know, he seems to be he's out of journeyman mode at the minute. As you said, he's picking his fights more and more carefully, so it shouldn't really have too much of an effect on him.
Yeah, and it's certainly not changed his mindset in there so far in this round. He's just dabbing a little bit. I think it's more in discomfort than anything.
Nice head movement.
We saw a classic example of that with Fons in the last one. He certainly had a bit of a go when that cut opened up.
First round was could have gone either way, I thought. Second round, I think Cairns boxed well.
It's going to be a really interesting one to see how the referee scores this one. I think you'd have to edge the first to Fido, and then Cairns certainly boxed well in that one. He's got to carry on that, boxing on the back foot, using that jab. He's shown the blueprint in that second round of how to beat Brett Fido. It's whether he can keep that up for another two. It's so energy sapping. Just signal from the referee. It was caused by a punch, that cut. It shouldn't have too much effect over 4 rounds, but encouraging signs. This.
Seconds out, round 3.
Well, I think the tactics are clear from both men now, aren't they? Cairns to move, box, get out the way, not exchange punches, and Fido to get the distance closed and let his hands go in 2s and 3s.
Decent start to the round from Fido, that. That was decent work from Fido, landing a body shot when he got on the inside there.
He's having to work hard here, Cairns, I think. Seems to be holding himself together quite well, though.
Yeah, you can see, you mentioned it in the last round, he's concentrating every second of the round so far. But Fido's just getting into range a little bit more frequently in this third round than he was in the second.
Ordinarily, looking on a record, a win over Brett Fido wouldn't attract too much attention, would it? But when you put it into context with the run that Brett's on, it just does take on a bit more significance, doesn't it, if Shawn can get through this?
Yeah, 100%. Oh, and looking back at his record, if people haven't watched the fight and know about Brett's run of form, like you said, it just looked like a standard win, but you know, this is undoubtedly the toughest test of Shawn's career so far. And Brett Fido in there tonight to test a lot of these prospects, and he'd probably beat a lot of prospects that are about at this level.
Cairns hasn't really looked to sting him with anything. You know, he's not put any weight on anything. He's not fallen into that trap. He's just relied purely on his boxing.
Listening to Brett's corner to the right hand side of us, they're pretty happy with the work he's done so far. A nice right hand from Fido.
Nice right to the body there.
Yeah, Cairns just seems to have slowed a little bit in this round. He's not throwing as many of those jabs that he did in the last round to keep Fido off.
Just like we said, he has had to work and concentrate. It's probably mentally draining more than anything. And Fido, yeah, just got a lot closer that round. The first round could have gone either way as well. Toss of a coin.
Yeah, Ricky Stark, he's watching the Facebook stream, and he says Cairns needs to do more and stop letting Fido cut him off. And it's so difficult because you can see the effort from Shawn Cairns in there. So difficult to score this one. Well, Darren Sargent has got a job on his hands.
Darren's already handed in one card, which caused a bit of controversy earlier when James Collins was adjudged to have lost to Ben Fields.
Corners, 10 seconds.
And this one, I don't think there'll be any controversy either way, to be honest. Fido's boxed well in a couple. The first one was nip and tuck. I thought Cairns took the second. Fido the third. Could have virtually any score here.
Yeah, just going to say, this is going to be one of them where the loser's going to feel aggrieved and feel like they've won, but you can't really argue with a scorecard either way.
Nice right hand there from Fido. And again.
It could all be on this round, couldn't it? And Fido started this one really well. Yeah, David Rafferty and Kes Ashfaq have both got Fido winning this.
Just timing it well, isn't he, Brett, now? Just when Cairns throws a shot, Fido's just stepping back out of range and following it back with 2s and 3s. Just that's been the mark of his success during this winning run, and he's just managed to find his range now. Cairns just hasn't been able to sting him well, to put any doubt in his mind, has he?
Yeah, Fido seems to use that second round to figure Cairns out a little bit. Yeah, and he seems to be on Cairns' chest a lot more in this fourth and final round, and considering it could all be on this one, and Fido's come out with real intent.
Getting there again, Fido. That left landed, and then he put a right hand behind that and another left hook.
Been a really good final round so far, this from Fido. In a fight where all the rounds have been close, Fido's running away with this fourth round. It's just been constant pressure. Under a minute to go in the fourth and final round of this one. Really interesting to see the referee scorecard.
And again, Fido with a right hand. He's just made it his type of fight, hasn't he?
Yeah, and Cairns has shown glimpses of what he can do. Well, like you said, Fido seems to drag all his opponents. He did the same with Marcel Braithwaite. He seemed to drag his opponent into the fight that he wanted it to be.
But when you look at what Brett's achieving at the moment, Marcel Braithwaite, very short, stocky, fast, powerful guy. Shawn Cairns, rangy southpaw, makes things difficult. He's coming up with ways to beat all of them.
Yeah, and you can see he's using that experience as well. He's had a lot of fights in his career so far, Brett, and he's using the experience for every single one of them so far. A little bit naughty from Cairns, punching down the back of the head, and there we have it then.
Interesting scorecard. Personally, if we're scoring it, I think Brett's won again.
Yeah, for me, I'd give that Fido. Everyone on the Facebook stream seems to be agreeing. Kes Ashfaq watching the stream, and he's saying that Shawn's a lot better than he's shown tonight, and I think he probably is, and a lot of credit's got to go to Brett as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, just before we render the results, if you've got a mini club and registration, FT12, Foxtrot, Tango 12, EVH, could you please move it? You're obstructing somebody's journey home. Thank you. That's a mini clubland, FT12, EVH. Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 furious rounds of featherweight action, referee Darren Sargentson has scored the contest 39 points to 38 points. For your winner, Brett the Threat Fido!
The run continues. Brett
Your
Fido
appreciation,
again.
please, for Shawn Cairns
He's taking holes left, right,
a
and centre,
solitary
Brett
defeat does
Fido.
no harm in a prospering career. He's now 3-1. He can come back and learn from this contest.
Fully
Well done,
earning the
Comanche.
nickname that was given
And
to
well
him
done
just
to
before the
threat.
first bell. Brett the
Certainly was
Threat
this
Fido
evening.
continues this long run he's putting together.
Someone on the Facebook stream mentioned Brett the Upset. And he certainly deserves a title shot now, doesn't he, Brett? After this little fine spell that he's come on.
Brilliant. He certainly deserves a TV fight and a few quid.
And the action doesn't finish there. Next up, Shawn, Dodd and Jordan Ellison over 6 rounds. And then Tom McGinnis and Colin Day.
Don't forget, you can watch this, or you may be watching it Facebook, only full fights with the Solons in Germany, here from the Liverpool Olympia, via VIPboxing.tv. Our penultimate contest, here comes the young man, Jordan Ellison. Commentary team of John the Oracle and Luke Funchal Madeira. Here comes a former champion hailing from Birkenhead. Here is the very popular Shawn Dodd. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our penultimate contest of the evening. 6 3-minute rounds of boxing in the super lightweight division. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the gold coloured shorts trimmed with white. At the weight he scaled 10 stone, 2 pounds, 3 ounces. Presenting from Siam, here is Jordan Ellison. And opposing him, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the blue coloured shorts trimmed with white. At the weight he scaled 10 stone, 2 pounds, 7 ounces. His outstanding ring record thus far, 20 contests, 15 wins. 3 of those wins coming by way of knockout, just 4 defeats and 1 draw. He comes to the ring this evening as the former WBC International Champion and the former lightweight champion of the Commonwealth, presenting from Birkenhead, Shawn Dodd. Timekeeper at the bell, Phil Morris. Referee, Jamie Kirkpatrick from Preston. 6 3-minute rounds.
Shawn, you come. Masha. Come in. Okay lads, both know the rules. Keep the punches up, watch your heads on the inside. Obey my commands at all times, defend yourselves at all times. Touch gloves, good luck to you both.
Thank you.
Here we go then. And just like Luke Willis and Fons Alexander, potentially a little bit of a banana skin. Same for Masha tonight. He'll have to beat Jordan Ellison and put him in his place early on. If he's going to win tonight, Masha.
Round 1.
Yeah, Masha coming off a couple of iffy results, but it's a good level opposition. Definitely another run at the titles left in Masha Dodd, and he gets that underway tonight, doesn't he, Jordan Ellison?
Yeah, and he's certainly a tough opponent, Ellison, isn't he? You know, we've seen him with a few prospects over the years, and he always gives them a test. He's a good opponent, this, for Masher.
Yeah, you just said it well there, Luke. You've got to beat Jordan Ellison. You know, he's not going to give you anything. You've actually got to put him in his place and beat him.
Yeah, and you can already see that from the start. You know, Ellison's throwing a lot of jabs, trying to keep busy. He's not one of these guys that'll just tuck up, come out with a bit of intent.
Little borderline shot there. I thought he leant over quite nicely and put that left up to the body in, but just gets a warning there for a borderline shot. Masher's become experienced over the years, though, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been there, done it, and seen it all. Masher, like you said, there's certainly another title run left in him. There's some big fights left in him.
Solid jab there from Ellison, though. Just timed that perfectly, didn't he, as Dodd came forward.
Yeah, Masher's just got to start establishing that jab early on. That's more like it from Masher. That right hand over the top landing.
I've seen Ellison get stopped a couple of times early. You know, if you do catch him clean, he can go, and that's been down at lower weights. Zelfa Barrett got rid of him very quickly one day when Zelfa was on fire and just caught him with a peach in the opening round. Masher's not a sharp knockout puncher, is he? He'll get it done on work rate and volume and using his awkwardness to his advantage.
Yeah, and so far this first round, Ellison's looked pretty good in there behind that jab. He's caught a lot of Masher's shots as well with his gloves. Yeah, Ellison's looked good in this opener.
Yeah,
he's certainly given Masher a lot to think about.
Another jab there from Ellison. Finding a home for that, isn't he, quite regularly? Masher will just tends to take a couple of rounds to just work out what's in front of him and come up with a game plan and adapt to it. Might be the way to be successful here with Jordan Ellison is just to close that distance.
Yeah, judging on this first round, for me, Ellison's won this quite clearly. The opener, he's looked really good behind that jab. Like you said, Masher's just going to have to reassess a little bit in that corner. This one's scheduled for 6. A win for Ellison here. It'd be a massive scalp if he could get the win.
It's been a night of upsets, hasn't it? I know Ben Fields was 2-0, but I think we can call it an upset. The decision he got over James Collins. We've had Brett Fido. Again, was it an upset, wasn't it? But on paper it is. He beat Shawn Cairns. And Jordan Ellison putting in a nice opening round there against Shawn Masher Dodd.
Corners, 10 seconds.
So, Olympia's filled up, Lou. You know, if you look around and look on the lower seat in the first stage, barely a empty space. Lots of people standing as well. It's going to be a good atmosphere in here for Tom McGinnis and Colin Day, which will follow at around 10 o'clock.
We mentioned it at the start of the show, isn't it? A lot of people, Liverpool's a very knowledgeable boxing city. A lot of people are sticking around for this main event.
Yeah, I suppose a lot of people here will know both lads as well.
Yeah.
See what Masher and his team came up with in the corner in between rounds.
He certainly opened this one a lot sharper than he did the first round. Landed a couple of jabs. But Ellison certainly got a lot of ambition about himself tonight. Just got a mark around his right eye. Looking really sharp in there, Ellison.
Just as we thought, Dodd letting his hands go in close, closing that distance down and trying to do his work up on Ellison's chest. Ellison's jab looks the part tonight. Probably got to avoid that, Dodd.
A nice right hand over the top past the jab. And like you said, if Masha can avoid that jab, it becomes pretty easy night's work for him. But the jab's worked so far for Ellison. He's just beginning to work his way on the inside now, Masha. Just to where he wants to be.
Nice little bit of boxing there from Ellison. Avoided what was coming from Masha, landed his own shots and then just skipped out of the way. Looking like an awkward night's work, this.
Yeah, Lee Hogan mentioned it earlier in the week that he thought it could be a tough night's work for Masha, and he certainly proved to be right in the opening couple. He's just starting to get to Ellison a little bit more regularly now. Yeah, Masha's slowly dragging this into his kind of fight, and the referee's allowing them to work when they're getting close as well, which will suit Masha.
He's very good at that, isn't he, Masha? You know, if you look at the attributes he's got, you wouldn't have put him down as someone who's reached the levels he has, but he just has this way of making people fight his fight and dragging them into what he wants to do rather than letting them dictate.
Yeah, and if you speak to him, he'll always say he overachieved in his career because he hasn't got the ability of some of these guys that you see winning titles and winning the titles that he won, but he just, like you said, managed to drag everyone into wars at every stage of his career. And he's going to have to do that to Ellison tonight, and he certainly did in that second round. Comment on the Facebook stream, live on Only Full Fights as well, VIPboxing.tv, hashtag VIPboxing live on Twitter. Dylan Williamson asking how Matthew Rennie got on. He looked brilliant on his debut. Shutout win against Gary McGuire, switching from orthodox to southpaw. He's certainly one to look for in the future. Really good performance from him on his debut. Of course, still to come, we got Tom McGinnis and Colin Day in the main event of the evening. A big fight that on the domestic scene. Two guys putting it all on the line tonight. In the ring at the moment. Masha Dodd and John Ellison.
Yeah, coming up for approaching halfway point in this one.
Round 3.
Dodd certainly having to think his way through it. Much better for him this than a foreign opponent who would just maybe lie down first opportunity of trouble. You know, Ellison knows all about Dodd. You know, it'd be a big feather in his cap. He understands how big a victory over Masha Dodd would be, and he's giving it his all.
Yeah, and equally, this is the perfect kind of fight for Masha. Coming back, he wouldn't have wanted someone that he could just beat up for a bit. He wants to test his reaction, test his skills, and Ellison's certainly doing that tonight. Masha's just trying to up the tempo a little bit now.
Ellison just gambled a little bit with the right, and it nearly paid off, didn't it?
Yeah, he's landed a couple of them so far where he's just thrown a few throwaway shots and they've landed.
Nice uppercut on the inside there from Dodd. That's where he wants to fight tonight, isn't he? He wants it in close there.
Yeah, and there's not much Ellison can do about it when Masha drags him on the inside.
No, there's no shame in the defeats Dodd suffered recently, is he? You know, Joe Cordina's going to, you would imagine, go on to become a British champion at the very least, and nothing to be ashamed of there. Dodd gave a fairly good account of himself. Still victories to be had, I think, at domestic level for Shawn.
Yeah, 100%. In that fight, he was boxing a guy that was just an elite level fighter. Nice left hook from Masha. He's working really well on the inside now. Yeah, credit to the referee for allowing them to work as well. Been really good work on the inside so far from Masher when he can get there. Nice shot from Ellison, they're just catching him with the right hand as he came in there.
Yeah, it's perfectly timed, wasn't it?
And that's the thing about Masher. He is reckless when he comes on, tries to get in the inside, and if you can't catch him with the right hand.
But he did show his experience as well. Ellison landed it, and Ellison stepped around to try and follow it up. That was a big left hand from Ellison as Dodd came in. But Dodd just put his arm to stop him. You know, he just spoiled Ellison's progress. So Ellison caught him with a lovely little left hand there as Dodd followed him to the ropes.
Yeah, and Ellison just seems to be timing him as he comes on the inside towards the end of this round.
I'll be honest, this is one of the best performances I've seen from Shawn Ellison.
Yeah, it really surprised me when he came out. You know, he looked really good behind that jab. Yeah, you look at his record, 110, lost 19. You wouldn't expect him to be so good behind that jab as he has been so far tonight.
How people scoring it on the various streams, Luke?
No one scored it yet. Let us know on the Facebook stream, hashtag VIP Boxing Live on Twitter. I was hoping we'd have a few comments then, but they're all just saying, come on, Masher.
Gonna have a look on only full fights, also streaming all the VIP show tonight.
Yeah, the halfway mark of this one now, and there's just glimpses of Masher starting to take over it.
Shawn Ellison's certainly not been put in his place yet. You know, no reason for him to go into his shell. Just as we say that, beautiful little combination ending with a nice left hook to the body.
Yeah, and Craig Brogan's just summed it up quite nicely on the Facebook stream. He's just saying, Masher's just got to get on the inside and try and rough him up, and that's what we've been saying all night. He's just struggled at times to get on the inside, and lovely uppercut landed from Masher. Just when it looks like he's going to make it into his type of fight, Ellison comes back with some good work of his own.
Yeah, I'd like to see him just a little bit faster with his feet here, Masher, just to close that distance more. Ellison again just landing ones and twos. You know, if Ellison can steal this one, all of a sudden the last two rounds become very, very important for Shawn Dodd, because I think you could certainly make a case for Ellison pinching at least one of the first three. Just needs to put this beyond doubt.
Yeah, and Terry Spencer's saying that it's easier said than done getting past that jab, and it certainly is. The jab surprised me tonight from Ellison. He's looked really sharp in there with his shots, and
Dodd has found a home for that uppercut, hasn't he, in the last minute or so.
And that seems to be the shot that's working for him.
But again, Ellison just letting his hands go there when he's got any space. Nice right hand, and then just turns Dodd into the ropes. Good performances from Shawn Ellison tonight, win or lose.
Yeah, absolutely. His stock will certainly rise from this performance.
This is about the time when you expect Dodd's toughness and for all the championship rounds he's got in those legs to just begin to tell, isn't it? And he can begin to make it exactly the type of fight that he wants.
Yeah, and he just managed to do that in the last 30 seconds or so. Ellison will be pretty glad the referee called break when he did then. Good work from Ellison with that lead hand again. Yeah, he's still doing a much better job than a lot of fighters do against Masher of trying to keep him at range. He's just bullying his way in now, Masher, slowly.
Yeah, he's just walked through the best that Ellison's got, I think. As you know, shots will be bothering him. Obviously, they're putting him off, just having his own way. But it does seem like he's become accustomed to them. You know, he can take them, and now he's just got to make it an inside fight and do what he does best, really.
Yeah, this has been the best round for Masher by far. The first round really well. We've seen what we come to expect from Masher. So one more fight to come after this one. And Tom McGinnis and Colin Day. We'll start getting your predictions in for that one. It'd be interesting to see how everyone thinks that one's going to go. A real 50-50 fight against two big prospects from the VIP stable. Ellison still looks quite relaxed in that corner. Surely he's got to be feeling it in there after that last round.
Corner, 10 seconds. Keep the mic up, please. Now, round 5.
2 more to go with this one, and you feel Mash has got to win both of these. Better start from Masher with that jab. The first time it's really landed.
Ellison's just been a little bit quieter with his own, and Dodd took advantage, hasn't he, and put his own jab into play straight away at the start of this round. That's the experience, isn't it? Just realising little gaps and opportunities where you can impose yourself on the fight, and he just saw Ellison's jab slipped a bit, and Dodd established his pretty much straight away.
Yeah, and there's no disgrace in it, but I think Ellison's just feeling the pace a little bit as well. He's worked so hard behind that jab in the first 4. Like you said, it's the first time Mash's jab started to land. And it's just allowing him to get on the inside a little bit easier than he was finding it in the previous rounds. You can see Mash's corner, they're just calling for him to get on Ellison's chest.
Yeah, he's closed the distance, hasn't he? The fight, Ellison's constantly having to work now at every second, whereas before he could pick his shots, and when he had the right time and distance he could let his hands go. Now he's having to work pretty much for 3 minutes of every round.
And you can see there's not as much pop in those shots as there was when he is working. And Mash is just walking through that jab now. Yeah, Ellison nearly fell out the ring in front of us then. It's becoming a lot easier for Masher to get on the inside.
Yeah, I think we're looking at a Masher Dodd fight now, aren't we?
Yeah, and it took longer than expected. But he certainly managed to drag it into a fight that he wanted it to be. In credit to Ellison, he's trying to match Masher's work rate on the inside. Nice right hand from Masher, and the left hook following it. And he's just mauling now, Masher. Trying to overwhelm Ellison with volume of shots.
The jab's pretty much gone from Ellison's arsenal now, hasn't it?
Yeah, the first thing, there's a real pop behind it, and a real spike, and you could see Masher's head snapping back when it landed, but now Masher just seems to be walking through it. And despite the effort of Ellison, you can see that pop's gone.
Just timed this. Looks like he's just timed this absolutely perfectly now. Masher Dodd.
Yeah.
Come out for a 6th and final round.
Yeah, if he can win this one, I think he'll just nick the fight, but he's certainly not had it all his own way. And Ellison's really started to feel that pace in there, and you don't blame him. It's been a tough 5 rounds so far. Dave Smith asking if Shawn Cairns is on tonight. He's on before this one. He got beat by Fido by a point. Yeah, and everyone on the Facebook stream has got this one close, and rightly so.
Corner, 10 seconds.
Three more minutes to go, and
yeah, good workout this for Masher Dodd. Exactly what he needed. The cobwebs will be well and truly gone after this one. You know, he'll know he's been in a fight tomorrow morning, I would have thought, and straight back into 2019, get another fight early on and straight back on the horse.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, it's the perfect opponent, and You never know what Joe Nelson's going to turn up, but it's certainly been a good one tonight.
He's come out firing as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, he seems to have found a little second wind at the start of the 6th round.
We'll have to see if he can maintain that for a full 3 minutes or whether he'll burn himself out after a minute.
Yeah, and if there's one person you don't want to burn yourself out against, it's Masher. Did well then, Ellison, just to spin Masher.
Nice right hand left uppercut there from Ellison. Probably his best shots for a while, but Dodd's just on him now, isn't he? He's relentless.
Yeah, and you can see every shot's an effort for Ellison now. And he will struggle to do that for another 2 minutes with Masher on his chest like he is.
Nice right hand there from Dodd and a left.
He
Ellison just struggling to keep him off.
Yeah, he's landing a lot more regularly now, Masher. I think Jamie Kirkpatrick's been good as well in there as the referee. He's let them work on the inside. And Masher's having real success now.
Yeah, Ellison visibly weakening, isn't he, before our eyes. Put up a great fight, I thought, for 4 rounds there, John Ellison, but the last 2, Masher's just taken over, really. Still fighting hard, Ellison.
Yeah, a minute to go now in this one.
But there's a sense that he's fighting to keep Masher off rather than... I thought earlier it looked like he was fighting to win. Now he's trying to keep Masher off.
Yeah, it's been a massive effort this from John Ellison in the last round. This has been good though from Masher in the last 3 to drag it into the kind of fight he wanted it to be. Nice right uppercut landing again.
Right, it's not the sweet science, is it, with Shawn Dodd, but he just has this habit of imposing his will and imposing his style and making you fight his fight.
Yeah, it's been so successful for him so far, and it's done the trick again tonight. Come towards a close on this one. Well, Masher certainly won this round, and for me, he's just won the fight.
Really good fight, that. Really good. You know, sometimes these keep busy fights can turn into processions, can't they? But that was action from start to finish, and both guys fought really well.
Yeah, credit to both men. John Ellison deserves a lot of credit for that performance, but for me, Masher's just done enough towards the end of that one. And like we said before, he'll be looking to get back in the title mix early next year. It's certainly the perfect 6th round that he would have wanted to close out the year, get back to winning ways, and then kick on in the new year. Yeah, a couple of people saying potentially a draw on the Facebook stream. We'll find out very shortly from the MC Michael Pass. He's got referee Jamie Kirkpatrick's scorecard. Having a few microphone issues, so we'll have to wait a few moments before we find out this. The decision from the referee. John, how have you got that one?
I think Masher, the final 2 rounds there, he just took it. I think he could split the first 4. I thought Masher took the last 2. I'd probably give it him 4 rounds to 2.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
58, 56, actually.
Yeah, and he certainly had to work for it. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, it must be a horrible wait this for the fighters now. know, Masha seems pretty happy with his performance above us here, just talking to the fans. You know, those microphone issues are just getting sorted out now. Chris Hadaway's watching the fight on Facebook. He agrees with you, John. He's got it 58 points to 56. And I think the general consensus round ringside is that Masha's going to nick this one. John, just while we wait for that result, Tom McGinnis and Colin Day's up next, and that's got the potential to be a great fight.
Yeah, two guys at similar stage of their career. I know Colin picked up an early career loss, which we'll no doubt touch upon during the fight, but as we always say, a fight at that stage in your career, a loss at that stage in your career doesn't really matter. They're both at very similar stages, a nice clash of styles. Both guys are coming to win. The winner's going to move onwards and upwards towards an area title fight. The loser, it's not the end of the road, is it? But it's a meaningful fight for both, and it's an important fight in both guys' careers.
Yeah, and it's credit to both guys that they've taken this fight as well. You know, we've got Joe Eco and Adam Ridge on the Jolly Boys in a few weeks. We talked about the Bolton show next week as well, some evenly matched fights on that card, and we're starting to see these prospects. There's a lot of unbeaten prospects at the moment, and they're slowly starting to be matched together, and we're finding out who the best of the bunch are.
The good thing is that most guys do actually want to fight each other as well. Finally got a microphone that works.
We had to get a replacement battery for the microphone. So, after 6 3-minute rounds of super lightweight action, referee Jamie Kirkpatrick has scored the contest 59 points to 57 points for your winner. Hailing from Seaham, Jordan Ellison.
Oh, Ellison looked resigned when he heard 59-57, but another upset tonight, and that's a massive win for Jordan Ellison. 59-57.
I'm not sure what to make of that,
once again, we do apologise for the delay.
As soon as I heard 59, Ellison in his corner looked resigned and shook their heads. They thought they deserved a bit more credit, but they got the 59 and they triumphed over Shawn Dodd over 6 rounds, a shock victory. Jordan Ellison. Well, Masha was speaking to his fans before the decision was announced and said it was a difficult fight and Ellison was a good kid, but I don't think in his dreams he expected to come out on the wrong end of a defeat.
No, and we said Ellison's stock had rise from that performance, so he didn't think he'd have got the win.
Big win for Jordan Ellison, who fought really well, but we just thought that Dodd turned it into his kind of fight in the final 2 rounds and came away with a victory. But anyway, not to take anything away from Jordan Ellison, the best I've seen him, he really did fight well. Luke Willis was watching that from ringside, and we know Luke wanted to fight with Masha Dodd. Well, maybe that's just taken a little step closer.
Steve Wood.
And still to come, Tom McGinnis and Colin Day. We were talking about it before that result. Potential to be a brilliant fight. Post-mortem for that last one just going on ringside. Jordan Ellison behind us discussing that win. With Darren Sargent's in the ring now.
I thought Masha just pinched it.
Ladies and gentlemen from the Liverpool Olympia, this is the main event of the evening. Would you please welcome the first of tonight's boxers in this 8-round contest from Skelmersdale, Colin Boom Boom Day.
And here comes the first of those 2 fighters taking part in the main event, Colin Day. The agreement's been Colin Day will walk first, then have the home corner, and Tom McGinnis will walk second and be in the away corner for this one. Completely neutral fight. And it's a big night for the career of Colin Day, this.
He's been here for a couple of hours, Colin, watching the fights earlier on. He'll be more than ready for this. Really big fight for both guys.
And from Liverpool, Tom McGinnis.
And here comes Tom McGinnis. And as agreed, he'll make his way to the away corner, having walked second. An equally big night for Tom McGinnis. Speaking to Tom Farrell on commentary earlier, and he's confident in Tom McGinnis' ability. You know, they jumped at the opportunity to take this fight against another VIP fighter. Stepping up to 8 rounds for the first time as well, both of them. That might be a factor. No Limits can provide a good night so far, and they'll be looking to continue that with Tom McGinnis as he enters the ring above us.
Ladies and gentlemen, VIP Promotions live on VIPboxing.tv. Social media platforms, Facebook, Only Full Fights and Twitter. With the Silence in Germany, proudly present this 8 3-minute rounds of boxing in the lightweight division. The officials have been appointed by the Central Area Council of the British Boxing Board of Control. Steward in charge, sitting proudly at ringside, Mr. Kurt Haslam. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the white coloured shorts trimmed with silver. At the weigh-in yesterday, he scaled 9 stone, 8 pounds. From 6 contests, he has 5 wins. One of those wins coming by way of knockout with just a solitary defeat. Presenting from Skelmersdale, Colin Boom Boom Day. And opposing him, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the white coloured shorts trimmed with sky blue. At the weigh-in, he scaled 9 stone, 8 pounds, 12 ounces. A perfect, unblemished, pure record. 7 contests, 7 wins. 2 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Presenting from Liverpool, the undefeated Tom McGinnis. Timekeeper at the bell, Phil Morris. Referee in charge of the action, the always fine Mancunian, Mr. Darren Sargentson. 8 3-minute rounds.
Fellas, you both know the rules. Keep it clean. Don't anything low. Watch your heads. And when I say break, take a step. Most importantly, defend yourself at all times.
Here we go with the main event of the evening. It's going to be really interesting to see how this one starts. Tom McGinnis, the bigger of the 2 men, and looking to get behind that jab like he always does. We've seen him 7 times so far on the VIP shows, and Colin Bay can whack.
Round 1.
Yeah, as the fight's got closer, it seems like more and more people have been picking McGinnis, but I just wonder if we're overlooking Day. Remember early in his career when he went through a spell of looking sensational, didn't he? And then he got upset badly by Jordan Ellison.
I remember when he looked really good on Mash's undercard in Birkenhead, and you know, he impressed on that show, and then Jordan Ellison struck again.
Yeah, but Day, you know, this is certainly going to light a fire under him. You know, we're going to see the best Colin Day we've seen yet. We're going to see the best Tom McGinnis we've seen yet. Real good fight between 2 up-and-coming prospects, both at similar stage of their career. Local derby, it's got everything we could ask for, hasn't it?
I think Tom Farrell summed it up well. There was no trash talking, there was nothing like that. It's just 2 guys that want to progress quickly in their career, so they're taking this fight. You know, the domestic scene opens up for the winner of this one. A cagey start, as it often is.
Nice little up jab there and a right hook from Day. But McGinnis did land his own little shots in the first exchange. Even Steven so far, nip and tuck. McGinnis does look the bigger guy, doesn't he? You know, looks broader and thicker. Day probably slightly quicker hands, possibly. Nice little left hook.
Yeah, and they've got well-matched styles as well. It was always going to gel into a good fight, this. As soon as it got made, you know, people in boxing that knew both men got excited about it.
Day's certainly willing to let his hands go inside, isn't he? As I say that, McGinnis gets up first. Just backing away, McGinnis just took the sting off that.
Yeah, and already both men have had little periods of success.
That is a big left hook though from Day. McGinnis takes it well, but he's open to that. You know, Day's found a home for his left hook straight away.
Yeah, he looks really sharp in there, Colin Day, early on. And the lead backhand seems to be landing from every time he throws it as well. Oh, lovely left hook.
Another left
again.
hook. McGinnis has got to sort that out, hasn't he? You know, as you said, Day is capable of punching. Be alarmed that McGinnis' team will be alarmed that he's found a home for it so quickly.
Yeah, just as we were saying, both men had little spells of success. Day just took over them last 30 seconds or so. He seems to carry a lot of power behind those shots, Colin Day.
Stayed composed, hasn't he, old McGinnis?
Yeah, and that's a big thing. It's the first time he's faced a real live opponent. Missing with that wild left hook, though, McGinnis. He doesn't want to throw too many of them.
Oh, they're trading early. McGinnis' turn to unload now. Tremendous first round.
And I think Tom McGinnis felt something in there, you know. He landed a big left hook and it sparked him into life. And what an opener that was. The referee Darren Sargis has just looked at me and had a little bit of a giggle. He knows it's going to be a tough night for him tonight scoring this one. Yeah, a couple of people on the Facebook stream just noticing what you have. That left hook from Day seems to be landing at will, and it's something that needs to be addressed in that Tom McGinnis corner. But just as we thought it looked like Day was taking control that first round, McGinnis came back with a few good shots of his own.
Corners, 10 seconds.
Well, that more than lived up to the hype, didn't it?
Seconds out. Round 2.
I just wonder if both men got caught, then will they go into the shells a little bit and tighten up the defence, or will they be pushed on by the success they enjoyed and try to land more?
Yeah, it's a difficult one being in the corner, isn't it? Because there's a lot of things both corners will be happy with and a lot of things they'll be a bit annoyed about in that opener.
Well, Colin Day just made his intentions pretty clear, didn't he? He's come out firing.
And I think if Tom McGinnis and the No Limits lads, they're not going to lie down and let someone come out and be aggressive like that and just tuck up.
Look, 8 rounds, so I've got a little bit of room to play, haven't you? You know, with a 4 or a 6, if you fall a couple behind it, you're constantly playing catch up. With 8, you've got a little bit more time to work.
A nice uppercut from Day landing there with that right hand.
Day's timing and range is very good so far, isn't it?
Yeah, you mentioned it in the first, he just seems a little bit quicker, a little bit sharper than McGinnis early on. Just hasn't managed to establish that jab yet. Turned into an intriguing one already in this second round.
Yeah, just both catching my breath almost after that barnstorming opener.
Yeah, you don't blame them. It's the first time they both stepped up to 8. It's a long way to go, especially at this pace.
McGinnis let his hands go there. I think the right uppercut was probably the best shot of a sequence.
He's really looking for that left hook, McGinnis. He landed it towards the end of the first. Nice right hand to the body. Yeah, McGinnis is just struggling to get that jab going.
Nice little lead right hand there from Day as he just switched southpaw. There's another one. McGinnis does look the bigger man, doesn't he? I just wonder if that natural size might begin to tell. He's taken Day shots, hasn't he? We've seen Day hurt people.
Yeah, he just looks a little bit rugged when he does get caught, McGinnis. He seems to feel like he's got to fire back straight away instead of tucking up. He's just telegraphing those hooks a little bit so far, McGinnis. Really good round this from Colin Day so far as we come towards the end of the second.
Yeah, he's got a good fight here tonight.
Yeah, we thought it would be, and it certainly lived up to the expectations. And let us know how you're scoring this on the Facebook stream as well. Keep track of how everyone else is scoring this, as well as us. Yeah, it certainly deserves some form of title on the line, this fight tonight. Craig Brogan, James Laurie have got day up.
Corners, 10 seconds.
2 up after the first 2. Certainly close round. Day won that second one. The first one could have gone either way.
Round 3.
A nice jab from Day landed there. Just first to that jab.
Day's willing to gamble, isn't he? Whenever McGinnis lets something go, Day's willing to step in and real gamble on his shots.
Yeah, so far it's paid off. Nice left up to the body landed as we were speaking then. Yeah, the general Facebook consensus is Collins up after 2.
Nice little right hand there, McGinnis just waiting for Colin to come in.
Yeah, I'm surprised we've not seen more of the jab from McGinnis so far. Yeah, you'd expect him to be firing that out, being a taller and rangier man.
Yeah, he's just got to ensure he gets it back, hasn't he? Because Colin's following it in and coming back with his shots, but I think that could prove to be a key weapon.
That's much better from McGinnis.
Day landed a jab and then another jab and then it was a left hook, wasn't it, again? As you said, McGinnis seems to feel he's got to fire back when he does get clipped with something.
Yeah, Day just looks a little bit more composed for me in there at the moment. When Day gets caught, he seems to just tuck up and take his breath, take a step back and reset. And when McGinnis gets hit, he fires his wild hooks back at Day. Just leaves himself a little bit open at times. And there's a left hook from Day landing.
It was a beautiful slip, wasn't it? He timed that to perfection. McGinnis took it again though. He's got some problems to sort out here, hasn't he, Tom McGinnis? I think that jab he landed there could be the key to it.
Yeah, you just got to try and keep Day off him for a little bit. Yeah, Day's just finding it a little bit too easy to get on the inside with those big shots that he's throwing. That was good from McGinnis though, but he took a big right hand on the way in.
Gay senses he's got him hurt. McGinnis again fires back. Tremendous battle this. Exactly what we expected it to be.
Yeah, just when you think one man's going to start taking over in the fight, the other one fires back. Another good round, another close round. Difficult for the referee to score yet again. There's a few things for Tom McGinnis just to start thinking about. We're getting towards the halfway of the contest now, and you can't really afford to be dropping too many more rounds, Tom McGinnis.
Colin Day's fans are the ones making the noise, aren't they?
Yeah, and you can certainly see why.
Orders, 10 seconds.
Really interesting to see how Tom McGinnis comes out now.
He's got a bit of a puzzle to solve, hasn't he? If he does come unloading, it looks like Day's hands are just marginally faster and his timing's a touch better. I think he's got to keep it long, he's got to keep them straight, and he's got to get his hands back to his chin quick.
Yeah, lovely body shot landed from McGinnis then. He just seems to load up a little bit too much, McGinnis, with a few of his shots. He started this round well though. A couple of left hooks landing. It's just ebbing and flowing either way this round early on. Nice right hand over the top from Day.
I'd like to see McGinnis take the centre of the ring. You know, impose himself a little bit more. Instead, it's Day, isn't it? Day's taking the centre of the ring.
That was better defensively from McGinnis, though. He just tucked up then when Day came forward. Nice body shot from Colin Day. Been a really good performance from Colin Day so far, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's just reminding us why we were so excited about him a year to 18 months ago. Say sometimes we look way too much into a defeat, don't we? And as we just saw, Jordan Ellison's a capable guy. Doesn't matter at that stage, and we're seeing that now. Day's really fighting well.
Yeah, and if you talk to fighters that have lost, they tell you that they learned more from that than any of the other fights, and it certainly looks like Colin Day has learned a lot from that defeat. Good defensive work from McGinnis, slipping with those shots. Both men just starting to load up a little bit.
Yeah, but so McGinnis just does need to settle down, get that jab working. Day will be more than happy with this, won't he? You know, he's winning the exchanges, I think.
Yeah, that's a big thing in a fight like this. Coming towards the halfway mark, and Day seems to just be nicking every round when he needs to. Clever work from Day as well. He's finishing the round strongly. Just leaving an impression on the referee scoring this one. Halfway through, let us know how you're scoring this one. On the Facebook stream, on Only Full Fights on Facebook, VIPboxing.tv and hashtag VIPboxing live on Twitter. Really interested to see how everyone's got this one. Go into the second half of this fight, and Tom McGinnis has certainly got to find something.
Corners, 10 seconds. Second down. From this, round 5.
Here we go with round 5.
Craig Brogan's got it 4-0 today. Ricky Starkey watching the Battalion Stallion, saying that he thought Tom McGinnis looked a little bit disheartened as he went back to his corner at the end of the last round. However you're scoring, it's a good fight. What you can be assured of nowadays, isn't it, Luke? Good fights on VIP.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we had one last week in Manchester, and they keep getting better and better. Keep talking about Adam Ridge and Joe Eco. That has the potential to be an absolute cracker on the Jolly Boys this year. You know, going into the new year, we'll see a lot more of these prospects being matched with each other. You can see from the crowd, and everyone's intrigued by this contest as well, and rightly so.
If, as Ricky Starkey said, McGinnis was looking a little bit disheartened, those body shots that Day's landing aren't going to help him at all, are they?
No, Day's started this round well yet again. starting to take over.
Big right hand from McGinnis. Did Day's knees just dip a little bit then?
Yeah, just as I said, Day was starting to take over. McGinnis pulled that right hand. Yeah, he's certainly not out of this fight, McGinnis. He's tightened up defensively, McGinnis, from the opening couple. He's catching a lot more shots on his gloves, on his arms. And the way Day boxes, he certainly presents openings. And McGinnis has landed a few counter shots.
What McGinnis seems to have done this time is just take a bit of emotion out of it. You know, when he's been caught, he's not trading back instantly, is he?
And it's certainly working a lot better for him. Oh, lovely left up from McGinnis. Just when it looked like Day was going to unload on the ropes.
Just going through his best spell of a fight here, McGinnis, I think. You know, Day came in then, but nothing landed.
He just seems to be stopping the work that Day's doing on the inside. Nice left hook to the body from Day as we're speaking, though. And McGinnis has done exactly the right thing, though. He's just slowed the tempo down. Just stopped Day getting into a groove that he had in the first fought.
I thought that was a much cooler, calmer round, McGinnis, and I think he benefited from it.
Yeah, absolutely. Best round of the fight by far. You know, you could see Dave was looking to target the body in that round. McGinnis became wise to that. Was just catching all the shots on his arms, on his elbows. Still plenty of time left in this fight. Plenty of action still to come.
Terry Spencer just saying it's impossible to beat Day with single shots. He's watching on the Facebook feed.
Yeah, and if the scores on Facebook and how we've got it are accurate, McGinnis is going to have to go now, isn't he, and win these last three. Three more to go in this one.
Just McGinnis, his supporters are starting to get a little bit concerned, telling him to get on him. I'm not sure that's the right tactics.
I think McGinnis has just got to try and make this boring now, hasn't he, behind that jab. A little ticking off for McGinnis, just pushing Day's head down when they're in close then. It's like you said earlier, Day just seems to be having the upper hand when they get in close to an exchange.
Yeah, I think the key for McGinnis is to get off early. The key for Day is to get off first as well. I do think Day's got the advantage that I think he's proven the better counter puncher slightly tonight.
Yeah, and it's not something we didn't necessarily expect going into this one either. You know, Day's shown a lot of things that we haven't seen. You can see both men are just starting to feel the pace a little bit in there now.
Nice work on the inside there by McGinnis. The opposite of what we've been saying.
Yeah. He's actually been really effective in the opening minute or so of this one.
Just used his physical strength there.
And McGinnis just looked like he's starting to bully Day a little bit. We commented on his size as they got in the ring earlier, and he seems to be using that a little bit now.
Big right hand by McGinnis. Day took it well.
And both men seem happy to trade as well. They felt each other's power and feel like they can deal with it. Shoved
him off there, didn't he? Just used his shoulder, pushed him off McGinnis. He's looking like a stronger man. Day still got the faster hands. Lands another left hook and a right hand. McGinnis seems to be taking him a little bit better now. He was never severely what was he, but you could see he was feeling them.
Yeah, forget what we said earlier. McGinnis has shown us how he can win this fight. Just going to have to try and make it as rough as he can. Oh, nice left hook from Colin Day.
Danny Winterbottom knows what he's talking about. He's got it 3-2 today after 5. I just wonder if, I can't see Danny's scorecard obviously, but I just wonder if those early rounds were all days and McGinnis just launched a little bit of a comeback.
Yeah, and however you score it, it's still all up for grabs in these last 2 rounds. There's no doubt about that. And both men have got to start feeling the pace now. It's been relentless so far in the first 6. And I think there's no doubt that Colin Day's up at the moment. It's just how far you've got him up.
Joe Ainscoll there, good fighter from Liverpool, just shouting on Tom McGinnis. McGinnis has come out trying to get on the front foot.
A nice right hand from Day landed then. He's picking those body shots really well so far, Colin Day.
Yeah, he seems to have made a concentrated effort here to attack McGinnis' body.
Yeah, it's that right hook to the body that he keeps throwing.
There's a left to the body as well.
Yeah, and you can see they're starting to have an effect. McGinnis felt that left hook to the body.
Just been bundled over. He's not going to call a knockdown there, Darren Sargentson.
And I think McGinnis will be pretty happy with that. I think he was hurt with the left hook to the body then.
Day's going to be straight on him here. If there's a right to the body and a left.
Yeah, and you can see McGinnis certainly felt that body shot.
Now that is going to be scored as a knockdown.
Yeah, and you can see he took a knee under the pressure.
Day's going to go for this. Colin Day isn't the type of guy to just coast to victory.
No, absolutely not. And it was those body shots, it was that left hook to the body that had the effect from earlier on, and McGinnis still hadn't recovered.
Yeah, McGinnis badly hurt there, just bundles Day to the ground. Day springs up quick, he wants to get on with this.
I think there might be a point off from referee.
Another point off. It's his second one of a round for Holly. It was a rugby tackle, wasn't it? 2-point swing in a 3-point round in a fight like this is going to be critical.
Yeah, and from what was a close fight, it's turned into a really difficult one for Tom McGinnis.
The body shots have got him, haven't they?
Yeah, and Day's unloading it.
We mentioned the body shots, didn't we, in round 2 or 3, and Colin seemed to forget about them, but he's certainly remembered in round 7.
Yeah, the referee's having a real look at this. McGinnis is in all sorts of trouble. He's just holding on. Yeah, Colin Day's a combination away from this one being stopped. Still a minute to go of the round.
If he can he just seems to be headhunting a bit, Colin Day. If he can find his way back to the body, the fight's going to be over.
Yeah, he's just got to stay composed and land the combination here because McGinnis is still hurt from that body shot. The referee's having a real look at this. He's just told McGinnis to show him some work.
Good, somehow staying survival instinct, somehow staying upright, Tom McGinnis.
Yeah, you can see in his face, he's really struggling in there.
The body shot's hurt him, hasn't it? Still feeling the repercussions of that.
Yeah, and you can see Darren Sargent has had a real look of it. McGinnis keeps grabbing hold. And Colin Day's just got to take his time here. Just
crowded his work, Day.
What a brave effort this is from Tom McGinnis. And credit to Colin Day, he's followed up with that body shot really well. Oh, and it's all over.
Stop the fight. Darren Sargentson stopped the fight in round 7.
And there's no complaints from Tom McGinnis either. He was really struggling from that body shot. And what a victory that is from Colin Day.
So it was an unusual stoppage, wasn't it? He wasn't under heavy fire taking constant punishment. I think Sargentson just decided that McGinnis didn't want to fight anymore.
And I think he was spot on as well. There's no complaints from that corner. Oh, credit to Colin Day. What a performance.
What a performance by Colin Day.
And he's just catapulted himself up the domestic scene. Forget about that loss he had against Jordan Ellison. He's just righted that wrong against Tom McGinnis, and what a fight that was.
He was brilliant tonight, Colin Day. You know, going into it, what started off as, oh, that's a good, people talking about it's a really good fight. Momentum did swing toward McGinnis, didn't it, in the build-up, but Colin Day was fantastic then.
Yeah, and he's just shown everybody what he's all about. And there's some big fights awaiting round the corner from Colin Day.
We're going to go over to the official announcement.
A few moments time, Michael Pass will announce the official time of the
What a night, eh, Luke? That's 4 upsets.
Upsets, knockouts, everything. What a show it's been.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we render the time of the stoppage, please a round of applause. Fantastic performance. Colin Day. After 2 minutes and 56 seconds of round number 7, referee Darren Sargentson has stopped the contest. Tom McGinnis being in no position to continue. Therefore, your winner, hailing from Scarsdale, and a fine effort from Tom McGinnis.
Really good fight. Hope you enjoyed the action here on VIP TV. I think that's been a cracking show from start to finish. Plenty of entertainment, fast and furious, shocks, upsets, knockouts, knockdowns. Great stuff. Have you enjoyed it, Luke?
Yeah, it's been a brilliant night of boxing from start to finish. 3 debutants, all 2 of them got the job done. Jay Collins will certainly learn from that Ben Fields fight. Jay Farrell looked devastated. Mike McKay got the job done. He looked good. Luke Willis looked accomplished against Fons Alexander. He'll be in title fight soon. Brett Fido winning yet again on the road, and he's a moment away from title shots. And then Jordan Ellison winning against Masha. No one expected that one. And then the main event lived up to all the hype, and what a performance that was from Colin Day.
Great stuff. Well, goodbye from VIP TV. We'll be back on December the 8th at Bolton. Join us there. You know what you're going to get nowadays. It's non-stop action on VIP. Thank you for joining us. That was good tonight.